welcome.
Wow, that was beautiful.
I know, right? So beautiful.
Beautiful music from a Parky organ.
A Parky organ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I just found out that I'm going to inherit like this $1 billion organ company called Parky Organs back east.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we talked about it. Don't act like it's new information.
It's new
Don't be a
information
fake
to me.
fuck.
It's new information.
We talked about it during the pre-post show, which you can get, by the way, by being
from my memory as soon
by
as it
being a
happens.
$10 patron.
I see, So I don't remember.
But yeah,
that.
no. So I told TJ that he better start, smooching booty.
Oh.
Because I'm going to be a billionaire pretty soon.
Because, Paul, your family made that organ
Make
we just
your
heard,
Parky's
right?
wager, dude.
Cool.
Yep. As soon as Count Vladimir Parky kicks the bucket, I'm the new head of Parky Organs.
Oh, is that who owns it now?
Yeah, Count Vladimir Parky owns it.
What is he a count of?
I am the count.
The Count of Organs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, duh.
I didn't know. You know?
Yeah, he's 112 years old. He's got stage 4 sarcoma. So, pretty soon, TJ.
Not long.
Yeah.
Not long.
I mean,
until...
now, in his defense, they have been saying that for about 20 years.
Right. So, I mean, he could just keep on.
He might just be one of those, but I'm telling you, I think I'm going to outlive him.
TJ, Paul's drink's looking a little bit low.
Yeah, is it?
Go,
Could you top me off and get another handful of ice in there for me? It's a little...
No.
Yeah, ice kind of melting here, TJ.
I'll remember that, TJ.
I don't give a shit.
All right, I'll remember that when I'm a billionaire, TJ.
Another million
I don't
down,
give a
TJ.
fuck.
And the huge expensive doorbell rings.
You know why, Paul? You know why I don't give a fuck, Paul?
And I look at my big security monitor and I see who's standing at the door and I go, TJ Kirk. Now, isn't that
why
a
I don't give
pleasant
a shit?
surprise? Maurice, send him in.
You know why I don't give a shit, Paul?
Why?
Because there is a band.
A band?
Yeah. That it was called, it's actually the name of the band is TJ Kirk.
Whoa.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got together in fucking 1994. They broke up in 1997. But I'm pretty sure that one of these days they're going to get back together and get super big, at which point I will sue them. So, and in fact, it looks like they got back together for a live performance in 2004, so it's already kind of starting to happen.
Damn.
Oh, so what you're
Check it
saying
out.
is you got like a balloon payment
Can we
coming.
hear one of the TJ Kirk
Yeah,
songs?
as soon as these motherfuckers make it big, which I'm sure is any day now, I'm gonna sue the fucking pants off
I want to hear
them.
a TJ Kirk song.
You want to hear a TJ Kirk song?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, it's gonna be hard to find because I'm so much more famous than they are. But okay, that must drive them fucking nuts because I know they must like look up their band sometimes.
TJ Kirk.
And
If
just
four
keep finding you.
with the hit album, if 4 was 1.
All right. How
See,
about
it says here it's a nod to William Shatner's character T.J. Hooker
yeah.
and his character, James T. Kirk.
Right. Yeah.
Not you.
So
You're
here's-
not mentioned.
Doesn't matter. They stole my name.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
This is T.J. Kirk.
Aren't they? They're amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like a jam band. Yeah, jazz funk.
So obviously, as soon as jazz funk gets super popular again,
That's kind of cool, actually. I'm going to listen to some T.J. Kirk. I might even buy one of their albums. Check them out if they come through town.
yeah, you should, because
you
the sooner they get
obviously need to
big,
get
the
this
sooner
one.
I could sue them.
I'm tired of living around the second most famous T.J. Kirk,
If
dude.
4
Exactly.
was 1.
I want to see the band.
If 4 was 1,
T.J. Kirk, the band.
stab you with the gun.
What if they sue you for being you?
They ain't suing me for shit. Kicking their ass down a flight of stairs. All right, we got a long fucking episode, so enough.
Oh, come on, TJ.
enough bullshit.
The people love banter. Why
Shut
are you
up.
always trying to trim
Shut
the
your
banter?
fucking mouth, Paul. I
Don't
don't
you
need
speak
this
to me
shit.
that way, boy. I'll have you,
Another million
Maurice,
down.
escort you from the premises.
So today we have Charlie Sheen
Yes, we do.
versus Shia Labeouf.
Yes, we do.
What are they facing off at? I don't know.
The biggest hot mess in
fucking-
Hollywood,
I
I
guess.
guess. I don't know.
So we got a lot of categories.
He's a hot mess, sweetie.
We got early life childhood.
yes.
We got early career.
Mm-hmm.
We got meltdowns and controversies.
Dude,
We got
why do you sound
interviews.
drunk now? The older
We
you
got
get,
movies.
the older you get to, you sound drunk every time you start talking.
Okay, that's great. What does it have to do with
Right.
anything? That has
I don't
nothing to
know.
do with shit.
You just sound drunk right now.
Well, maybe I'll just go get drunk
have
for real
you been
then.
fucking drinking, TJ?
No, I've not been drinking.
You've not been drinking. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you, man.
Where are they now? And crowning achievement. I'm trying to explain the fucking episode.
I'm sorry, TJ.
This is why we.
I'm concerned about your
This
health.
is why our goddamn podcast spinning its wheels in the mud, Scotty. Because every time we try to get something going, you're just the fucking
I'm the foible, dude.
speed bump that fucking kills the show's momentum. Because you're a piece of shit, Scotty.
Wow.
You're a piece
Wow,
of shit.
That's
TJ.
unnecessary, TJ. That's
Anyway.
mean.
Words hurt, dude.
I
Words
know.
hurt.
I know.
Love hurts.
And I hope those words hurt you to death, Scotty. I hope you die, Scotty.
Wow.
Damn.
Anyway, so early childhood life bullshit. See, I'm so distracted now because of Scotty, who looks. He bears a striking resemblance, by the way, to Andy Dick.
Oh, that's
hey,
low.
TJ, come
Who
on.
is the criteria.
Come on, TJ.
And for
Don't
some
make
reason,
fun of me.
Andy Dick is ice cream. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
you found that. That's we're gonna give scoops of dick tonight.
Yeah, we've already used Andy Dick as a measuring stick for. So I don't remember.
So last
measuring-
time it was give them a dick. Tonight we're gonna give them
Give him a scoop of dick.
TJ,
or
a measuring
multiple
stick,
scoops.
more like a measuring dick.
You know, Scotty, sometimes you redeem yourself.
We were talking
It's one of
earlier
those
though
times.
about Andy Dick just being like kind of a placeholder for anything reprehensible.
I think we should just use him from now on as
Yeah.
the gold
I
standard.
mean, we
of
could if
'Cause,
we
you know,
can think of a better,
Maybe.
a funnier
I don't
example.
know,
Because
man.
Paul and me were trying to figure out who to use. Scotty had gone off to the bathroom or something, and we were just like, who do we fucking use for this? And it's like, I don't know, we need someone who's like a drunk, prone to meltdowns. I'm like, should we just use Andy Dick again? And it's just like,
How
yeah, I
can you
guess we
beat
should.
Andy Dick with that fucking
Yeah, like,
respect?
there's not a better fucking example. I mean, you know.
I mean, like if it was like a biggest bitch thing, then we know we can use Will Wheaton's. We know that, but it's like biggest meltdown. I mean, is anyone worse as far as career meltdowns than Andy Dick? I don't really know.
I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't draw blanks very much, but like that is a time. Like, I don't know how you get lower than Andy Dick.
I don't know.
I mean, living in a fucking shack
I don't know, bro.
on his ex-wife's property, kind of shit. I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, he was in town not too long ago.
I wanted you to fucking go, but your fucking dumbass had some bullshit excuse or something.
Yeah, I had to go do something else.
Oh yeah,
I
whatever.
was doing some other things.
You should have fucking, dude. You should have met Andy Dick. You could have fucking chilled with Andy Dick, dude.
Yeah, I'm
You could have fucking smoked
what a
a
missed-
fucking blunt with Andy Dick. in the
What
fucking
a
French
missed
Quarter.
opportunity.
It
that
was. It was a fucking huge oversight on your part. You should have been there chilling with Andy Dick.
Should have been there chilling with Andy Dick. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, dude,
oh yeah.
Paul, man, can you beat off on some other time, dude? Come
Sorry.
on, dude.
I had an explosive diarrhea.
Did you?
Yeah, Paul, just
No.
zip up your pants right there, man. You missed that. You missed that.
Sorry, I squirted a little.
Gross.
I squirted a little out me bum.
Gross.
I squirted a little bit of chocolate sauce out of me bum, TJ. What do you think of that, sir?
I don't know.
What do you think of that, sir?
I don't know.
That I got up, left the room, and squirted some chocolate sauce from my bum
I don't know.
in
Paul.
your bathroom, sir, on your throne, sir.
Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
This is Charlie Sheen. You guys, can you pick Charlie Sheen out of this picture?
The chick
he's the
on the
third
right.
one.
Yeah, the chick on the right. Yeah.
He's the third guy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with you guys. We've been mislabeling Charlie all these years. I don't know why people do it to him. Because his name is Carlos Irwin Estevez. He was born on September 3rd, 1965 in New York City. His father, actor Martin Sheen, who was born Ramon Antonio Gerard Estevez. Was at the time just breaking into the business with performances on Broadway. So his dad, Martin Sheen, who's got his arm around Charlie there, started as a Broadway actor. His mother, Janet Sheen, was a former New York art student who had met Charlie's father right after he'd moved to Manhattan. Martin and Janet had three other children, Emilio Estevez. They're all pictured here.
Coaching the Mighty Ducks.
And by the way, all of their children became actors. Only one of them attained super popularity. Emilio came close.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to him?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, I remember him, I remember he was in this movie where these dudes were trying to, like, escape some kind of fucking, I don't even remember what the fuck it was. They were, like, trying to escape some kind of drug dealers or something, and
Do we need like
they were getting hunted down through the city.
we need that like
It's kind of like the Warriors, only not as good or iconic.
You know,
and
like-
then he was the coach of the Mighty Ducks,
Yeah.
and he was the coach in the first two Mighty Ducks, and then in the third one, he just had, like, a cameo.
Yeah, he was just like a bit role in that.
Right, so then it was like, and then I never remember seeing him in shit ever since then. And you think you saw him in some kind of commercial or something, right?
Yeah, I think I remember, and I might be wrong, but I think I remember there being like 2 or 3 Super Bowls ago, like a Mighty Ducks parody commercial for some product, and he was in it.
Sounds plausible. I was gonna say we need that fucking channel like Looper or whatever it is. Be like, what happened to Emilio Estevez?
I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there's 15 different versions of it.
People love the.
What happened?
I actually like Emilio. I really like him in The Breakfast Club. I think he's obviously like
his
most iconic role.
I forgot about that one.
And he's about that age here. I think it looks like Breakfast Club age or.
He was. It doesn't look like he acts too much anymore. Last thing I see here on his IMDb was The Public in 2018, which.
Right.
But before that, he hadn't been in anything since like 2012. So it's like
he's
long,
definitely
long
just doesn't really have a career.
Spaces between
Martin
his
Sheen's
careers.
doing a bunch of shit, dude. So he's still fucking in the business. Like, he's,
The other two children here are Renee and Ramon Estevez, the two younger children there.
Well, at least say what you want about Emilio, but at least we remember who the fuck he is.
That's true. Emilio, Martin, and Carlos here are all, they can all claim to have had credible, big movie careers, especially Martin Sheen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Crazy, storied career.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around
So
since
Martin
the dawn
Sheen
of
himself is of half Irish and half Spanish descent, and his mother, whose family's from Kentucky, is English and Scottish. So he's about a quarter Spanish, and really the only thing that he has to show for it is the Estevez, which he dropped because at the time when he was an actor, having a last name like Estevez probably was not great.
And so when he changed his name to Sheen,
Charlie did,
Charlie fucking
but
took
none of the
Sheen
other
name.
kids did.
No one else. Everyone else is like, no, we're sticking with Estevez.
Yep.
And apparently, I mean, maybe that was the bad decision because maybe if Emilio Estevez had been like Eric Sheen or something,
right?
He'd fucking be somewhere. Who knows?
He'd be a fucking star. Right?
Yeah, fuck. You see a name in lights,
man. Maybe we need to just write down Emilio Estevez as a topic because we seem more interested. I mean, I'm not bitching. I'm just saying
Because we don't know what the fuck happened
I know.
to him.
He's
He's
more
kind of a
mysterious.
mystery.
We don't know what happened to Emilio.
You're right.
Where you at, Emilio?
What happened to Emilio? Come on, Deep Fat Fried, Emilio.
Yeah, maybe we can get him on here
and talk to us. So at a young age, Charlie took an interest in his father's acting career, obviously, as a lot of sons do, followed in the footsteps of his dad. When he was 9, he had a small part in his dad's movie, The Execution of Private Slovak.
Let's take a look at this quick scene from that.
Yeah, you can see Charlie Sheen here
Private
in the very
Slovak.
brief scene. Yeah, you can just mute the audio, honestly. It's in some other language.
Yeah, whatever.
Doesn't matter. Whatever.
It's like a 2
Just
second
stop.
clip anyway.
So that's Charlie Sheen there, and that's the entirety of his performance. But that was his first acting gig. He's 9 years old here in his dad's movie.
All right, here's your motivation. You're a kid. You're going to a table. You're grabbing stuff off the table.
You want hors d'oeuvres. You're hungry. You're uncouth. Go.
It says he liked to travel with his dad when his dad was on locations for films, and he was on location in the Philippines when his dad almost died of a heart attack on the set of Apocalypse Now in 1979.
Whoa.
Crazy.
So he went to Santa Monica High School. He had 2 major interests, acting and baseball, along with friends. And here we can talk a little bit about that. Listen to his high school friends. Rob Lowe.
What?
Sean Penn. And fucking Robert Downey Jr.
What? Are you fucking
Like,
serious,
these are
dude?
all, like, buddies of his from his childhood.
What pact did these fuckers make with the devil?
I know. Like, what fucking ceremony?
Sean Penn, I don't think, is pictured here. I think that's Emilio next to Charlie.
looks
Whatever, though.
And then Rob Lowe. But, yeah.
Rob Lowe, Robert Downey Jr.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So they would get together, I guess, and make these like goofy Super 8 films, which I bet would be pretty fucking awesome if somebody had them and released them.
Yeah.
On the Vikings team, he was the star shortstop and pitcher. His lifetime record as a pitcher was 40-15, so not a bad not a bad record, not a bad pitcher. His interest and skill in baseball would later influence some of his movie roles, which we'll cover in a little bit. Unfortunately, his success on the baseball field did not translate to success in the classroom, as he struggled to keep his grades up. Just a few weeks before his scheduled graduation date, he was expelled due to poor attendance and bad grades. So, not a school type of guy, more of a sporty kind of guy.
Not a bookworm.
But one with a very kind of a rare jock with a dual interest in the arts. You know what I mean? So he's a super baseball head, but he also loves art.
And before we even get to, or do you want to assess points for him now, or do you want to do it?
Is there anything in that you think deserves?
No.
a point? I don't think so.
Not really.
There's nothing reprehensible there. Seems like a. I mean, we could, if we wanted to be real salty, we could give him 1 for being a little rich fuck.
Yeah, how about we give him 1 for that?
1 for being a rich fuck.
You know what I mean?
Spoiled
Because,
rich
like,
little fuck.
you know, his dad being Martin Sheen probably played a lot of the role. And
1 little rich fuck point.
So
That's
there
what
you go.
Get.
1
All
rich
right,
fuck.
but
point.
this is Shia.
I want to
LaBeouf.
ask you guys a question before we really kind of get into this.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you guys seem to me, you guys are you're fat lazy guys. Look, you guys, you know.
Yes. I'm not going to deny
I think
it.
what you guys might need in your life is a little bit of motivation.
Little motivation.
Little motivation. I have someone here. I brought in someone today to help you guys with that problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Motivational
let's do it.
speaker, guys. You guys
Okay.
ready? All
Fair
right,
enough.
here we go.
Yeah.
Do it!
Jesus.
Just do it!
Jesus.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Is this is like a motivation to take a shit at this point? Because
TJ,
he bends down
is-
like, "Urgh." It looks like he's gonna. Yes.
Do it!
Ah.
Just do it, TJ! Do it!
Okay.
Do it! Do
Right.
it!
Yeah, that's pleasant. I'm sure.
Why does Scotty's voice just naturally make that thing have feedback?
I don't know.
There's something in
touch
Scotty's
my
voice
thing,
that's
TJ.
being
That's not
amplified.
yours.
I bought it from you, dude.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. Where's the money for it?
You must have spent it.
I did not spend it. Give me that. It has horrible feedback whenever you try to use it.
No, it doesn't.
Ugh. Okay. So anyway, yeah, let's get more motivation going. We're gonna need it.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Spitting and shit, man. He's passionate about this
Do
shit.
you guys feel motivated now for this episode?
I feel motivated to laugh at Shia LaBeouf. So let's
I
do that.
cannot believe.
So here he is, a little stupid
Yeah.
ass kid. This is pretty much the only picture that we got. So whatever.
And TJ, I know you want to say Shia. It's Shia.
Shia. I
It's
say
Shia.
I don't say Shia. I say Shia.
Shia.
I don't. It's Labeouf that I don't say. I say
Labeouf.
Labeouf.
Labeouf, la beef.
It's actually
TJ.
pronounced Labiche,
La beef.
but I say
La
Labeouf.
beef, TJ.
Labeouf.
Came from
Shia Labeouf.
a little bit of showbiz family. Now, definitely was not.
It wasn't the Sheen.
It wasn't the fucking Sheens. He was born on June 11th, 1986, in Los Angeles as well. The only child of Jeffrey and Shayna LaBeouf. At various times, Jeffrey was employed as a comedian, a rodeo clown, and a performer.
Wait a minute. A rodeo clown?
He was a
A
rodeo,
rodeo clown.
His dad was a rodeo clown, dude?
Yes.
Neat.
Awesome.
And a performer in a circus, where it was his job to train chickens. Hey,
He was a chicken trainer?
he worked in showbiz. Maybe
Dude,
maybe it wasn't the big
Why
stage.
the fuck? Okay, so I feel like we fucked this episode up.
Did we?
Yes, because the Charlie Sheen section clearly should
Should've
have
been
been about
Emilio
Emilio
Estevez.
Estevez.
Right.
And the Shia LaBeouf section clearly should have been about Jeffrey LaBeouf.
The rodeo
The
clown.
rodeo clown and chicken trainer for the fucking circus.
Oh my god. Well, part 2 maybe.
Shayna, his mom, was a former ballet dancer who
Cool.
eventually turned to designing clothing and jewelry. So, I mean, it's a
Okay.
pretty good little career, but she kind of was in the arts a little bit there.
All
When the couple had their son, they named him Shia, after Shayna's father, who was a Jewish comedian. Shia means gift from God in Hebrew,
Oh.
Okay.
and his last name means beef in
Return
French.
to sender,
Yeah.
please.
It means the beef.
The beef.
Le boeuf.
Gift from
In
God.
interviews,
the beef.
Labeouf claims that his Jewish mom and Cajun dad encouraged him to speak his mind from an early age. He took their encouragement to heart and began performing comedy routines at the age of 3 in the Labeouf living room.
That's not okay. A little kid.
I funny.
Yeah, that's not a comedy routine. Okay. You're not. It's just annoying. It's just a kid being an annoying little shit.
In an interview in 2003, Labeouf says, "I do 5 minutes on how crazy our life was. Like at Thanksgiving, we'd have matzo gumbo or spicy gefilte.
Gefilte.
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte.
Oh, it's gefilte. Okay, it's like
Yep.
okay.
Traditional Jewish dish.
Gefilte
a type
fish.
of seasoned
Gefilte.
fish.
Gefilte fish.
Yep.
I can't
Sounds
say
gross.
that. I'm Chris Tucker. I can't say that. Okay.
Sounds gross.
By the age of 12, the precocious youngster was doing stand-up at local coffee houses.
Awesome.
He also landed a gig at the Ice House Comedy Club in Pasadena. In the same People article, Labeouf explained that his material was really dirty and gross. Definitely not Disney-esque.
So how come he's not funny at all now?
I mean, you were kind of laughing when he was spitting and doing the Just Do It shit.
So you think that was intended to be funny?
Maybe he's playing a character. Who knows?
Okay, cool.
His first little role was on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. That's like his little first
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
You laugh all you want at that fucking
That was
show.
an important show, TJ.
That show was on for fucking ever, and people on that show made a bunch of money. That was a popular ass show, dude.
Dude, I remember my mom watching that piece of shit show all the time.
Dude. Dr. Quinn was the
dude,
bee's
that was
knees
the
and the cat's
gayest,
pajamas.
corniest, most stupidest fucking show.
And it's sad because it was a Western.
It's
so
awful.
like you would expect it to be like I watched an episode or two of it thinking like, oh, it's a Western, it'll be cool.
It's not.
It's the worst kind of.
It's the worst
uncool.
fucking. I don't even know how to describe how bad Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman is.
Is that Shia the Beef right there?
I do not believe.
No,
no, that's not him.
That ain't him. He had some bit role. He ain't on no cover of no DVD.
yeah,
All right, I didn't know. Just ask him. I didn't know.
So when he was 13, this is a story from him, so take it with a grain of salt, of course.
What the hell? So I don't really remember this show. Never mind.
Okay, I remember some of it.
Okay, well.
So Dr. Quinn.
Paul, really quickly.
What I remember
what's
of it.
the story with her and this long hair?
Okay.
That
she
she's hanging
banging
out
him?
with.
So Dr. Quinn plays a doctor, right? A trained doctor that goes to the frontier to a town that is in terrible need of medical shit, and she solves all their problems. And as I remember it, he is a rugged member of that town who has a widow. He's like a widower.
Dude, he looks super. Look how rugged he is.
Right.
Look at his ruggedness.
And they have a
dude.
tumultuous relationship at first where they hate each other.
Okay.
Like he's like an adversary of hers and doesn't like want to go along with it. But then eventually, you know,
Who the fuck is the adversary of like, don't bring your medicine around these parts or whatever the fuck?
She's a little more than just a helper. She's headstrong and controlling. That's her thing.
So he's like, that
So
ain't
she
a
comes
woman's
into
place
town,
or
right?
whatever.
She comes into town and she starts making proclamations about what the town is going to do this and going to do that. And he's one of the guys that usually makes those decisions, and so he feels disrespected. This is all from memory, and I might be totally fucking wrong.
I don't think it really matters
I'm
if
guessing
you are.
in the end they end up boning.
Well, yeah, you can see here
yeah.
they're all
Probably by
cuddled
like
up.
season 3 or 4, they're boning.
I don't remember what season it happens in. My mom used to watch this show, and I used to sit down and watch an episode here and there with her, and that's what I remember.
You'll have to ask
Dr. Quinn,
when you're about to see your
Medicine
mom, you can ask her
Woman.
all about Dr. Quinn Medicine
All right.
Woman when you're back in Madeira.
That's
Anyway,
true.
back to this little fucking whatever piece of
This
shit.
little weasel here.
Okay, so what do you do next?
So there's a story about him. I don't know if it's true or not, and I doubt it very
we're
much.
gonna consider it true.
Go ahead. So the industrious 13-year-old pulled out a telephone book, found the name of an acting agent, and auditioned by performing one of his stand-up routines. The agent signed him immediately and sent Labeouf on his first casting calls.
That's crazy. See, that's one of those things that's like lightning in a bottle. Like, if you do that, most of the time you're just going to get like a secretary that
yeah, that's nice.
gives
kid.
you a recording to leave a message that's never going to be listened to.
Probably the Hollywood executive probably did a fucking line of coke, and some kid called him up as all like,
Oh,
"Whoa, what the fuck is going on?" Yeah,
probably-
sign this kid immediately.
yeah.
This is what we need in this business.
It all comes back to the cocaine.
Couldn't even see him. He hired him over the phone.
Labeouf has described his parents as hippies, his father as tough as nails and a different breed of man, and his upbringing is similar to a hippie lifestyle, stating his parents were pretty weird people, but they loved me and I loved them. During his childhood, he accompanied his father to meetings of Alcoholics Anonymous. His dad was an alcoholic, by the way, not to mention of all this other things.
Dude, his dad is way more interesting than him.
Well-
we're covering the wrong Labeouf.
We'll cover him then.
Labeouf also said he was subjected to verbal and mental abuse by his father, who once pointed a gun at his son during a Vietnam flashback. He was also a Vietnam vet.
Oh God!
Oh my god, damn it! He's so interesting.
No, I'm sorry.
Why is Shia LaBeouf's father such an interesting person?
Move over,
Rodeo
Dos
clown.
Equis
Wait a minute.
guy.
So wait, listen to this.
I know it's like everything.
Listen to this contradiction in terms. He's a hippie. He's tough as nails. He's
A Vietnam vet, dude.
but he's abusive
Alcoholic.
because he's a Vietnam
Rodeo
vet,
clown.
and he's a rodeo clown,
Training
and
chickens.
he's training chickens. I mean, like, god damn, this motherfucker's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. We determined the episode before. I couldn't change it.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Fuck.
What are you gonna do? I mean, we can
I know.
always go back and cover this dude, which I think we should. His life sounds like I don't know. It sounds like a juiced up version of fucking Brokeback Mountain or something without the butt sex.
I mean, how do you? We don't know that.
Beautiful vistas and cowboyism and crazy Vietnam flashbacks. Why isn't there a movie about this man's life? The Chicken Trainer is what we could call it. You know what I mean?
I would need to catch your title than that, dude. But
Okay.
Working title.
How about the Rodeo Clown?
Yeah.
Or just Rodeo Clown?
Go Fish. Labeouf has stated that his father was, quote, on drugs during his childhood
Awesome.
and was placed in drug rehabilitation for heroin addiction, while
Cool.
Labeouf's mother was trying to hold down the fort.
All right.
His parents eventually divorced, mainly owing to financial problems, and Labeouf had what he has described as a good childhood, growing up in poor Echo Park with his mother, who was selling fabrics and brooches.
Chicken Rodeo.
They actually got so fucking... I guess the chicken rodeo money didn't pay very much. So his uncle at one point was going to adopt him because his parents were so poor, and they were just like, we're not going to take welfare, we're not going to take anything. They wouldn't go on food stamps, but they refused to do that. So as a way of dealing with his divorce, he would perform for
Pretty
his family.
bad. You're pretty bad at being a hippie if you won't take money from the government.
Yeah, man. Like, if they're going to give you money, just smoke it up, bro.
Yeah, you know. But that's kind of so he kind of got into acting more as his parents divorced, and actually, according to this, he still supports both of his parents financially.
Cool.
I mean, he's worth quite a bit of money, as we're going to find out later. So, but yeah, I mean, he's definitely had a crazy dad, a very interesting childhood as far as like his father. I mean, but he really didn't get too much into acting at this point. But this was like right when he's starting off.
Right.
All right. So how many points?
I don't know, dude.
Let's see. What can we hold against him?
He kind of had a tough childhood.
His dad was pretty awesome,
His dad,
but he did point a gun at him.
He's outshone by his much more interesting father, maybe.
Yeah.
Point.
Maybe that's a point.
I mean,
anything else?
Damn,
I really
mean,
wouldn't give him more than one.
Yeah,
I mean, I think every kid does something stupid.
I mean, he
you
was
know?
in Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
That deserves a point.
child act. Yeah, we'll give it for that then.
I mean, child acting on
All right.
Dr. Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he was on Star Trek The Next Generation or some cool shit like that.
Yeah,
That's
but he was
totally
on
different.
Dr. Quinn, and
That's
Dr. Quinn is
yeah,
lame.
It's lame.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So there you go.
All right, so the early career of Carlos Estevez.
Carlos.
I'm not going to be calling him
Estevez.
by his slave name.
Charlie Sheen.
Here he is with some of his
Why
just
would you?
casual buddies, just dudes he just happened to grow up near. Just like literally, like two of the biggest stars in the world and Rob Lowe, who like I wouldn't turn down being Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, yeah.
He's not, the best actor in the world, but he's been in some cool shit, and he probably gets to fuck whoever he wants to fuck
He was
because
in
he's
Tommy
Rob Lowe.
Boy, so-
He was in Tommy Boy. Yeah, he's
You
been
know.
in some good, whatever. He's Rob Lowe.
He's Rob Lowe. What you gonna do?
So after high school, Charlie aggressively started trying to find movie roles and stuff to be like his dad. He had little success at first, but he landed his first major role in the high school student war film Red Dawn in
Red
1984.
Dawn.
And you can see him here with another person who's fucking...
It's the one that all the conservatives. It's not quite as popular as some of the other kind of undergroundy type of books. And obviously, if you make a, this was the dude who it was John Milius that did this, right? The guy that did Conan the Barbarian
I
and shit.
think you are correct. I'm pretty sure
And
you're right.
a lot of people did not want him making this. He's one of the rare kind of Hollywood conservative guys. This is kind of a rare sort of conservative movie.
Yeah.
And it involves America being invaded by the Chinese, I think.
I think it is. Yeah, it's the Chinese, and
It's really fucking
It's an
stupid.
alternate apocalyptic future where America has been reduced to a little bands of ragtag rebels, and these three teenage boys team up to try and fight back against the Chinese invaders.
Oh, dude, they made it.
It's actually not a horrible movie, in my opinion.
Have you guys seen
for
the
an
remake?
80s action movie?
It's pretty bad, I think.
Dude, the
I don't
remake, I'm not a big fan of Red Dawn, the 80s one, but the fucking 2008 one or
See, I
whatever.
haven't seen that.
Oh, so awful.
So it was a big break for him, though. It got him a lot of recognition, along with his co-star Patrick Swayze, who has also led an interesting life and would also make an
I feel
interesting...
bad for whoever that no name is in between them. Doing on to nothing.
I don't think that's a no-name.
Is he? Because I don't recognize
Is that
his
Corey
face.
Haim?
No, I didn't know Corey Haim, dude. Is it? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Look at Red Dawn.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. Because
So many digressions.
he looks really familiar, so I know I've seen him in other shit.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, we need digressions every once in a while, TJ.
I don't think. No, I ain't no Corey Haim.
Okay.
He ain't in the
or
cast.
Corey, whatever.
He's
the other
nobody
Corey.
who gives a shit.
Oh, okay, whatever.
It might be.
Fuck
is
him
it
then.
Fucking. Maybe it's this dude. I don't know.
They needed 3 dudes to be on
Who
the
cares?
bridge.
He ain't fucking no goddamn.
They got Patrick Swayze,
He
who's
ain't Patrick
dead now.
Swayze.
They got Charlie Sheen, and who gives a fuck?
Who might as well
So
be dead.
after this film, he actually jumped to some relatively small roles on TV and TV movies.
Well, this is not one of those, but
No, that's fine. And relatively low profile releases, but his big break came in 1986 when he starred in Oliver Stone's Oscar-winning epic Platoon. I don't know if you've got a picture. I think I pulled a picture of him.
I think
in
we actually
Platoon.
have a video of him
Oh,
talking
okay.
about the making of Platoon. We can go ahead.
All right, yeah, let's take a listen.
Playing the Chris Taylor character, I'm portraying a young man who comes into a situation that he's totally unfamiliar with. And being 3 years old when Platoon is portrayed, in my actual life being 3,
I think
it was
we got
interesting
that.
I didn't have any vast knowledge of the Vietnam War, and I shouldn't say that I didn't try to ascertain any, but playing that character, I felt it was a nice touch to go in kind of green with the part as well.
But the director, Oliver Stone, who's a real nut for realism, put you through basic training.
For 2 of the longest weeks of my life, basically, yeah. It was set up to where we had to live in the ground, and we had to dig our own foxholes and live in the same clothes. There were no showers, no phone calls to agents, no letters to girlfriends. Couldn't talk to your mom. It was hell, but it was, we didn't realize when we were going through it at the time how valuable that information was going to be until we got on film, because we didn't have to think about a lot of the stuff that we learned. It just became subconscious. You just reacted,
And you shot this in the jungle in the Philippines?
In the Philippines, yeah.
Just after Marcos left.
Yeah, that was a very unsettling political time, and I think Oliver got several phone calls from some of the actors' mothers who were very dubious about their kids going over. My mom included. You have to respect that. They're concerned about their kids, but we just went for it.
We just went for it,
So Platoon, what have you seen Platoon?
Oh.
You don't like war movies.
I don't watch no piece of
You haven't
shit
seen
war
Platoon?
movies.
Oh, come on, dude. Platoon's a good movie.
I don't watch no piece of shit war movies.
And TJ doesn't
also,
like-
I don't really watch Oliver Stone.
Yeah, he doesn't
movies.
like Oliver Stone.
I've gotten
either.
suckered by him too many times. I've given up.
I don't know. I've seen enough Oliver Stone films that I've enjoyed that
I have not. Every time I've ever given him a chance, it's always been dog shit. So fuck Platoon and fuck Wall
whatever
Street.
you say,
and fuck
buddy.
whatever the fuck else.
Whatever
he's made.
you say.
Fuck his shit in the ass till it's dead. I don't care.
The success of Platoon prompted Oliver Stone to cast Charlie in his next movie, Wall Street, 1987. Another good movie.
More like suck my balls.
Have you
Street
seen this one,
bitch.
TJ?
No.
You've
No.
This
never
one,
seen
this
Wall
one's-
Street, dude?
Dude,
What?
come on, bro.
Nope.
But this is was
Bro.
it Bud Fox? That's his name.
Yeah, Bud Fox.
Nope.
Yeah,
but
Bud
you know what?
Fox,
I have
dude.
seen Wall Street 2. Money never sleeps.
And Gordon Gekko.
No, I haven't. I'm just.
Reed
I thought
is
it'd be funny
good.
if I'd seen the second one, but no, I haven't seen either of them.
This is a good movie, actually.
So he's in this movie.
I've seen the speech.
Okay,
So,
sure. He's in this movie with his father, who plays his father in the movie. It's a really good movie. Greed is good became a mantra at the time
Yeah.
because of the movie.
Yeah.
At a time when that really was the truth. The late 80s was it was hedonism central. It was cocaine and strippers and hookers.
Man,
and,
a lot of cocaine references going on tonight.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, this is the
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen episode. What did you
yeah,
expect?
I mean,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
true
the
enough.
80s we're talking about now, so.
Charlie Sheen in the 80s. Got to talk about cocaine.
Shortly after, Stone approached Charlie about the starring role in his next movie, Born on the 4th of July, which sucks, by the way. And then, listen to this. This is kind of a slap in the face, if you ask me. Tom Cruise eventually got the part, and Sheen ended up hearing the news of that from his brother Emilio Estevez. And he didn't even get as much as a call from Oliver Stone, letting him know that, hey, I'm going with somebody else.
That's pretty gay.
He just found out because his brother heard through the grapevine that, oh no, Tom Cruise is doing that.
Yeah, that was the movie. I've seen that one.
Really?
Yeah.
What? It's shit. See, that's the thing. Maybe you watched Born on the 4th of July and you were like, fuck Oliver Stone. The ones surrounding Born on the 4th of July are good movies. It's just a rare example of his shit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that rare because I've seen W
Oliver
wasn't
Stone
no
now,
good.
yeah.
Whatever, I don't know.
So that discourtesy led to a fallout, and these two guys have never worked together since. So Oliver Stone's still working, Charlie Sheen still working, and they don't talk. They don't work together.
Wasn't Charlie Sheen had a cameo in Wall Street too? I thought.
Did he?
I thought he did.
Maybe he did.
I thought that when Gordon Gekko got out of prison, he found that Charlie Sheen's character was now.
I haven't seen Wall Street 2, so
Well,
you'll have to. You can
I guess
tell me.
that Charlie Sheen's character was now fat and just as corrupt as he used to be, and all this shit.
Oh,
and it
he's
was
the
like,
new Gordon Gekko.
Yeah, and so he didn't avoid that fate by doing the right thing or whatever the fuck.
Right. Now, no, normally a fallout with a big Hollywood director would hurt somebody, but Charlie's career had its own trajectory at this point. He wasn't really hurt at all by his fallout with Stone.
He went on to be in this movie, right?
Yeah, this is Young Guns. Yeah, another
his
huge
brother
movie.
there.
Yeah, Emilio's in this, Kiefer Sutherland and Lou Diamond Phillips and question mark are in this.
This movie, honestly, pretty decent.
I like this movie. It's not a true Western in my mind. It's a little too clean cut and teen movie-ish for that.
It's definitely got more of a. It doesn't have a really gritty vibe.
I mean, you can
to
tell
it or
from this
nothing.
picture
Yeah.
here. They had to throw some dirt in that dude over Charlie Sheen's shoulder to even make him look hard enough to be there. You know what I mean?
The pretty boys.
And Kiefer looks like he just walked out of an LA salon.
Yes, he
I mean,
does.
look at that mane. Nobody was walking around with that short trimmed beard in the fucking West.
I was.
But
No.
it's a
Deadwood.
movie.
It ain't, but it's a good movie.
No,
it's like a good little fucking turn your brain off, stupid fucking. There's a lot of cool gunplay and shit in it.
Did they legal tobacco dead end over with you, TJ?
I don't
Okay.
have it.
All right,
I don't have
sorry.
it. Nothing.
Just
So
question.
don't be blaming me.
No, I'm just asking.
Give Scotty. Where's Scotty's
It's
ration of
okay.
shit?
I don't know. I'm not giving anybody a ration of shit. I'm
Where's
just
Scotty's
asking.
ration of fucking
Man,
shit?
you're just fucking bitter, TJ, because you
Yeah.
know what? If you gave Paul a little more respect, he wouldn't give you a fucking
This is a
radish
good
or
one.
shit.
I like this movie.
Oh, I love this movie.
Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about all his early movies here, but
Some of the notable shit.
this one right here is
Major
indisputably
League.
great. Major League. He plays Wild
It's
Thing
a fun movie.
in this movie, and his love for baseball clearly evident, and his ability to throw a pitch, which I found interesting. I didn't know that he was like an actual, pretty decent ass pitcher. I thought that a lot of the shots in the movie were
Stunt shit.
stunt pitchers or
Well, it was
whatever.
actually Charlie Sheen.
But it turns out he pitched every pitch that his character pitched in the film,
Awesome.
which is real cool. And this movie's real cool. So his career did really, really good in the early parts of it.
Yeah, and then he was also in Hot
yeah,
Shots,
which I really like too. A lot of people say that Hot Shots is the last of the parody films.
last of the good ones anyway.
Right.
Yeah, like this style of comedy, like it just doesn't seem to work anymore. But it worked back then, and this one's a good one.
I mean, there were a few parody films after this that did really well, like the Scary Movie franchise.
Scary Movie. Yeah, but it wasn't quite. I mean, it was pretty close to this style. I guess
Yeah.
it's close enough you could count it. I also didn't really hate like Robin Hood Men in Tights or.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is one of my favorites.
fucking
Dude, Mel
fun
Brooks
as
is,
now Dracula Dead and Loving It kind of sucked, but it wasn't super awful or anything. But then this I don't know. It kind of regressed into like epic
Not another
movie
teen
and
movie.
not another
Don't
teen
even talk
movie,
about that
epic
shit.
movie,
And it just died.
and fucking
Rap
Scary
movie.
movie 2 through however many there's been, and
It's dead
know.
now. I, mean, I haven't heard one of those
it's
movies
now
come
just
out.
an awful.
Yeah.
There was like Meet the Spartans, date movie, whatever the fuck. It's just gotten.
You know what movie attempted to be
awful.
that too was that movie 43.
Oh yeah. Well, that was something.
That was an even bigger clusterfuck than the ones you just mentioned.
And that one had a bunch of fucking big names in it. Whatever. It's
And
so weird.
I think it's kind of funny that he had a lucrative role scooped from him from Tom Cruise, and then got a lucrative role spoofing Tom Cruise in Hot Shots, because
Yeah.
he's basically
Sure
like
enough.
Rambo / Maverick from Top Gun.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably, I imagine it's one of the reasons he took the role.
Maybe it is.
So that pretty much summarizes. That's pretty much his early career.
Yeah,
right?
and
So,
listen, you guys
Not
were
bad.
kids back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was a household name.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
literally, if anybody
I know
in
he
America
was.
saw a picture of him, they would be able to know who he was.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
that says
100%.
something. He had wide-ranging reach with his films. Everybody in the country knew who he was. I don't know. What do you give him for a bunch of good movies?
0.
0, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I don't really think you can give
Do
him
you hear
anything.
anything? Now,
No, I can't think of.
There
I mean,
might be
I can't think of
things-
shit.
Oh, look, Cheetah's not a war movie fan, but I love the movie Wall Street.
Whatever.
I love the movie
Look,
Platoon.
There might be
I
things
like
that
I like
happened.
Hot Shots.
There
Yeah.
might be things that happened during the time that we would call his early career, but those will be covered in the next one.
So yeah, but as
We're
far
just
as
talking
the,
about
as
his
far as the
output.
actual credentials, I'd say they're pretty fucking good.
I can't
He
justify
started
giving
pretty
him a
fucking-
scoop of dick.
Yeah, he started pretty fucking strong.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's hard to deny that. Looking
Good
at what
shit.
we've accomplished.
So let's. What is this? Is this
That's from a Charlie Sheen.
Because I mean, a lot of times you look at someone's like IMDb
So that's
page and you're like,
misplaced.
"Oh, this movie sucks. This movie sucks." But I'm looking at this. I mean, what we've seen here. I know there's obviously some obviously are admitted, but I mean, overall, most of these are good films.
Yeah.
Oh, they have fan base. I mean, Born on the 4th of July. I mean, you might not like it, but a lot of people do like that movie. So
Yeah, no, it's true. It's real popular with. It's another like popular with conservatives movie because it's about not forgetting veterans and shit.
I don't like it.
Okay. Well,
I don't either. It's not a great movie. I don't buy
Don't like the
Tom
vets, huh,
Cruise's
TJ?
performance in it.
don't like him, huh?
I think
Don't
Charlie
like
Sheen
it.
might have been a better choice for that role, honestly.
Oh, log
So I wonder what's behind that. Like, I wonder if there's like some drama behind that. Like Charlie said some shit to Oliver or
Maybe.
vice versa. And anyway,
So here's Shia LaBeouf.
Labeouf, where's the beef, TJ?
Where's the
where's
beef?
the fucking beef?
where's the beef?
Where's the boofy woofy? So let's talk about his early
So
career.
as we talked about before, he started performing at comedy clubs,
Mm-hmm.
describing his appeal as having disgustingly dirty material and a 50-year-old mouth on a 10-year-old kid.
So he's a super blue comic.
Yeah, so he was basically just like the kid that said offensive shit where it's like, oh, a kid said it. Oh, a kid said it.
Right.
We already talked about that manager bullshit, which that's why I said. So here's another version of that story that he subsequently found an agent through the Yellow pages and was taken off for pretending to be his own manager. So like that's why I said so I found contradictory stories.
They both might be true.
Yeah.
That might have been how he got himself to the fucking,
Labeouf has said that he initially became an actor because his family was broke, not because he wanted to pursue an acting career. Having originally gotten the idea from a child actor who he met, who had things he wanted. So basically, saw a child actor.
So he
making
saw
it.
someone else that was his age, had all kinds of cool shit because he was an actor.
Yeah, he
and
was
he's
broke.
Like, I want to
and
be an
he's like-
actor too.
Yeah, like
Right.
in his mind, that's how you fucking get some scratch. So,
well, he's right.
I mean, he lived in Los Angeles, so he's in the perfect area to do it. In the early 2000s, Labeouf became known among young audiences playing Louis Stevens on the Disney Channel weekly program
Even Stevens.
And guess what, guys? That role earned him a Daytime Emmy Award.
Woo.
Emmy
And
Award
a
winner.
fucking Emmy?
He won an Emmy.
Daytime Emmy Award.
He has said that he, quote, grew up on that show, and being cast was the best thing that happened to him. I guess so.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't argue.
His next big film was actually Holes. Have you guys
Holes.
Read,
I've seen Holes.
have you
I've
guys-
not seen it.
I read the book Holes in school. That was one of the things that was
I was
big.
a little too old to have read the book in school, but I saw
Yeah.
the movie when it came out.
So let me see if I can I'll give you a little screenshot from Holes here.
Yeah,
There
he
it
can do
is.
that. That'll be good.
There
He
it
plays.
is.
This one he plays. His character's called Stanley Yelnats.
Yeah.
His family is cursed. We're not gonna talk too much
Cursed.
about Holes
Cursed.
at this moment, but
It's not a bad movie for
But
what
this
it
was
is,
like
right?
this
It's
is like
a
his
kid's
big.
flick.
This was his first big like movie or whatever,
yeah,
right?
this is like his first kind of big role. In 2005, he co-starred in Constantine, playing the role of Chas
Did he?
Kramer with Keanu Reeves in the starring role.
Yes, he did.
I don't even remember that.
Constantine. You know, well, have you
I remember Constantine.
only seen Constantine like once? Yeah, that's probably why you don't remember.
He's
him.
a major character in the film.
Is he?
actually.
Because I saw it when it came out in theaters, and he wasn't even on my radar at the time I saw it. So that's probably why I don't remember.
And you know what, TJ? The fucking hits kept coming for Shia, dude.
Did they?
I-
Did they, Scotty?
No, I know for a fact you've seen this movie because me and you went to see it in theaters, TJ. Labeouf starred in Disturbia. A thriller
Oh,
based on-
his version of Rear
Yep,
Window. Yeah.
on April 13th, 2007, as a teenager under house arrest who suspects that his neighbor is a serial killer, which he considered a character-driven role.
Ugh. You know what? That movie has been done so many fucking times with so many different people.
Well, 'cause
and
it was
it's
just
almost always
iconic.
the same fucking movie.
I mean, Rear Window
So
is
there's Rear
such
Window.
an iconic fucking
There's the Burbs
examination.
with fucking Tom Hanks. There's this Disturbia movie. There's this one I just saw called The Summer of '87, which is the
I've
same
seen that.
fucking movie.
Yeah,
It's not very good, by the way.
it isn't. The remake, they
Rear
did,
Window's
what's that
fucking
horror
awesome.
movie?
Everyone-
Fright Night. Fright Night is
Fright
kind
Night.
of like
Yo, Fright Night's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
that too.
Yep,
You're right.
It's Rear Window.
You know what? Disturbia, I will say, I thought was actually pretty all right.
I liked it. It was violent.
The first scene with the car crash is one of the most
Yes.
fucking crazy, for lack of a better word, disturbing fucking car crash scenes I've
The
seen. in a
only
fucking
one that I
movie.
can think that left a bigger impression on my mind was in one of the Final Destination movies.
Dude.
Whichever one starts with that huge
logs,
pile up. Yeah.
The logs fall
Yeah, yeah.
off
Oh,
and
yeah,
just
that was
chaos.
crazy shit.
That whole sequence, say what you want about the rest of the film, that whole sequence is one of the most harrowing depictions of a whole fucking horrible highway tragedy crash thing that I've ever seen.
Another aside, but I did recently rewatch the first Final Destination, which is kind of hard to find, by the way, not because it's not available, but because there's another one that's just called The Final Destination, where the is written in like size like 2 font, so you can barely see that it's even there. But anyway, I watched that, and I would say like the plane crash shit towards the beginning is the best part of the fucking movie.
Oh, definitely, dude.
And usually in those movies, it feels like the best part is the crazy event that they avoid.
At least for the first couple of them, I remember.
There was one where it was like at a
Yeah,
racetrack, and that's when it went to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That
pretty
was an
lame.
awful
I don't
scene.
remember which one, but yes, you're right.
Dude, the roller coaster one I thought was pretty good
Yes.
too.
Yeah,
I like
except
that
it doesn't
That one
make
was crazy.
except it doesn't make any sense.
Well,
under
none
scrutiny,
of them make
Nah.
sense.
Well, no,
under
that one
scrutiny.
literally doesn't make sense because one of the characters that got off is the one who precipitated the event because the lens fell off his camera or something. But so if he wasn't on it, which he got off, then the crash never would have happened and everyone would have been spared. But whatever, it's neither here nor there.
Whatever.
Anyway, who cares? So yeah, he was in Disturbia.
And he actually received praise for that. The Buffalo News saying he is able to simultaneously pull off the character's anger, remorse, and intelligence.
He was good.
And then you know what, TJ? You get big, you got to fucking host a show. There's a certain show everyone wants to host, dudes. Also, first hosting Saturday Night Live
SNL.
on April 14, 2007. I mean, he's got a big 2007. He would also return barely a year later to host an episode in May 2008, May 10th, 2008.
Got it.
Moving on from there, and that's actually is actually Transformers. We're not going to talk too much about that right now.
We're gonna talk about Transformers later.
We're going to talk about that later. And of course, 2008. A lot of people hate this movie, but a lot of people love this movie too. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal
Who
Skull.
fucking loves it?
There's people that actually love this movie.
There are people that really like it. I don't.
In this movie, he plays Indiana Jones' son, greaser son, Mutt Williams.
God.
Oh, shit.
Perfect name, by the way. I not drop the Williams, but the Mutt for sure. It's a mutt of a performance. It's such an obvious cover for the fact that Harrison at this point is a grandpa, so there's got to be some virile dude that's like he was when he started doing this to do
But
all of the
the-
actual actioning.
Well, but the problem is that they don't actually do it like that.
No,
though.
I know.
Because Harrison Ford
They have him do it.
Harrison Ford is still doing all the action stuff.
I know,
And
it's
mostly
so
they have
stupid.
Looks
Shia
ridiculous.
LaBeouf swinging from vines and shit. If it was supposed to be a torch pass, it's got to be the lamest and worst one of all
It
time.
really is a bad one. And it's so stupid obvious, too, at the very beginning what they're going to do. As soon as he pulls up on a motorcycle, you're like, oh, this is Indiana Jones's secret son.
Yeah, it's pretty
You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I get it.
And then you're supposed to be surprised.
Yeah.
when you fucking like,
And it's just like, that's such a lame, lazy torch pass. And it really is like, I'll be honest, Harrison is good at times in this film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I lay a lot of the blame on
Marion
Lucas.
Ravenwood, I don't remember what her name is, but the woman that plays Shia's mother in this film.
Yeah.
The love interest from the first Indiana Jones feature. She was good. There's some good performances in this movie. Everything that's real super standout bad about it involves this dude right here.
It involves him, and it involves. I thought, what was it? Was it Kate Blanchett? No, it was. Was it?
It was.
Okay, yeah, it was Kate Blanchett. She was pretty awful, and the CG in the movie was terrible, and the plot about aliens just felt weird.
Yeah.
It was dumb and
I mean,
ham-fisted.
and look, they've had. I don't know why it felt so weird because they've done supernatural stuff.
because it
before,
felt too
but
modern.
It felt too sci-fi.
Yeah,
I guess.
that was it.
It was more fantasy before.
And I mean, there was a little bit of sci-fi, in some of the Nazi technologies and blah, 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 blah. And they could have maybe taken that route with it. But the fact that they went like,
I thought they
it's-
were the Soviet Union. That was like the Soviet.
Well, yeah, but it was,
No,
in this
I
one it was
meant
the
in
Soviets,
previous
but in the
movies.
Oh,
previous
I got
movies
you,
it was
got
the
you,
Nazis.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
you know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yes,
So,
yes.
like, they could have done, like, an occult thing with the Nazis, because that's happened in these movies. But it wasn't like that. It was like, I don't know, it just felt like something that was anachronistic to what I expect Indiana
Right.
Jones
But
to be doing.
as far as LaBeouf goes, he's not good in this movie
Yeah,
at all.
we'll talk a little bit more about that.
It's weird. Like,
We'll get to another section of
Okay,
this
sorry.
video. So no, that's fine. So in February of 2008, Labeouf made his music video directorial debut, directing the video for "I Never Knew You," a single by American rapper Cage.
Oh, wow.
from his third album, Depart From Me. It was shot in Los Angeles and features several cameos from Cage's definitive Jux label mates. It was also announced the two will be teaming up to make a biopic about the rapper's life, starring Labeouf.
And I don't think that happened.
That never happened, of course. So when speaking
That's a scoop.
on the making of the video, Labeouf said, "I'm 22 and I'm directing my favorite rapper's music video. This shit is better than riding unicorns."
Is it? I don't think that's better than riding a unicorn.
I mean, would you rather actually ride a horse with a horn on it, or
I will
have
take the unicorn.
Well, I'm
or
assuming that
be
it's
directing things
Is
in
it
Hollywood?
able to fly?
Unicorns don't come with the ability to fly.
'Cause some of them
That's
have
a Pegasus.
They're magical, though.
I've seen unicorns with wings, though.
Okay,
too.
then you're talking about a totally different beast that isn't a unicorn.
Okay.
It would have some other name. It would be like a flyacorn or a
Flyacorn.
pegacorn or some shit.
Okay.
So through Cage, Labeouf met Kid Cudi.
Well, then fuck that.
All three of them have formed a friendship and continue to work together. Labeouf later worked with Cudi and Cage on a short film inspired by their collaborative Maniac from Cudi's second album, Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager. Aside from directing the short film, which was titled Maniac, Labeouf directed the music video for Kid Cudi's song Marijuana, which he filmed at the 2010 Cannabis Cup, which that's pretty
Marijuana.
cool.
That is,
Because, I mean, everyone there was fucking baked out of their minds.
of course.
So at this point, Labeouf goes back to another big role. He reprised the role of Sam Witwicky
Ugh.
in the 2009 sequel to Transformers.
And you said we'll talk about that later?
Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen.
Okay.
Filming the movie began in 2008 and ended in late 2008. Well, May 2008, excuse me. So it's about 7-8 months. During that time, Labeouf had basically an injury from a car accident, so Michael Bay and screenwriter Robert Orsi had to rewrite the script to protect his hand throughout filming, which is, I guess, people have said they can go back and see that they try not to feature his hand as much in the film because it was fucked up during the time. Kind of like Mark Hamill was injured in between
Star Wars
Empire
and Empire.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
got it.
Labeouf basically said that the film was only delayed a couple days by his injury. It's not too interesting. Near the end of filming, Labeouf injured his eye when he hit a prop. Required surgery and 7 stitches. He resumed filming 2 hours later. The movie was a huge fucking hit. It made $800 million. This is one of the most panned movies. When we actually get to the section about just his films, we'll see that. I think that's about 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's just...
It is a bad one.
And we'll see in an interview he describes the process. This is basically just... it was the definition of a cash-in fucking film. At the same time, he actually was nominated for a Razzie for Worst Screen Couple of 2009 with Megan Fox or any Transformer.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, as we see...
Yeah.
We didn't really talk too much about Transformers. Those are terrible fucking movies. Maybe the first one's decent. The sequel is one of the worst films ever made that may have done a fucking ton of money, big blockbuster. I mean,
and every Star Wars sequel that has followed, you could say that about, by the way.
I mean, so it's kind of cool. He did some rap shit, which I thought was kind of cool, dude. I like that about him. Indiana Jones, Kingdom of Crystal Skull, that's going to fucking lose some points right there.
Okay, so yeah, let me...
Yeah, how many scoops are we giving him just for his career?
All right, so early career.
So let's summarize.
Transformers,
is good.
Indiana
Transformers
Jones.
sucks, but whatever.
So
Did some music
Indiana
video
Jones,
stuff around that time.
The cringy music video stuff, the bad self-directed
And 2
movie,
Transformers.
and 2 Transformers movies. That's got to be a 10 scooper from where I'm sitting. I mean, Transformers alone is almost worth that in my mind. I'm giving him a deal.
I mean, having not seen these music videos, I don't know if they're good or bad or whatever. So.
Well, the fact that you haven't seen or heard about them, and it probably says everything that needs to be said about them.
Does it? Because I mean, I feel like a lot of shit comes out that I probably don't know nothing about.
All right.
But whatever.
Well, I'd say no points for that. I'd say at least 10, 15
Didn't
points.
he direct a Manson video?
He did. He directed a Marilyn
did.
Manson video for Overneath the Path of Misery or some shit like
I
that.
remember it.
It
was a cool video.
It was actually a pretty interesting video. There was a lot of weird shit in it, but
It was very reminiscent of early Manson stuff.
yeah, it wasn't bad. And apparently, like him and Manson did not. They were kind of palling around for a little while after that, but then actually Shia LaBeouf was actually too crazy for Manson, and Manson actually got injured and shit.
Right. All right, 8 scoopers because I don't know for sure that his music video directing sucks, and based on what I've seen, I actually like it. So I'll take away 2 scoops from my 10 offer.
I would say I want to give him 5 scoops for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull alone.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And then I would say I'm comfortable with 10 actually.
Do you think 10?
Five for the ruining Indiana Jones, and 5 for the Transformers movies being pieces of shit.
Okay.
So 10? I think 10's fair.
A 10 scooper. All right. Give him 10 scoops.
I mean, Transformers
of
is pretty terrible. Indiana Jones and the King of the Crystal Skull, pretty terrible fucking film.
Yeah, and I think even he would have to agree that those movies suck.
So a pretty early lead for Shia, but this next
well,
category
don't worry,
may
because
shake things up.
this is where shit's gonna get fucking where the race is gonna fucking heat up for sure. Because it's time for the meltdowns and controversies section.
Yeah. So there's some weird shit that I learned about Charlie Sheen looking into this aspect of his life.
Let's move that over there.
Yeah, that's not the one we need next, though.
Oh, is it
it's
not?
out
Okay.
of... But
It's
yeah,
out of sequence.
I'll call for it when I need it, I guess. I'll just ask you for the Heidi Fleiss picture.
I'll move it over here, I
Yeah,
guess. I don't
that's
know.
fine. Oh, it's
So
fine.
is this the one we need?
Yep. Well, no. Actually, no.
Oh, shit. Well, why are they fucking out of order?
Maybe they're not. I didn't pull a picture of Kelly Preston, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
In 1990...
Well, this is confusing. Let me go ahead and pull up
Yeah,
Kelly
it's
Preston picture.
That's fine. In 1990, he spent a month in drug rehab. He completed his time there. He was deeply committed and told USA Today at the time that he would be attending 12-step meetings to maintain his sobriety. This is early in his career in the 90s.
So early career, Kelly Preston. He's dating
Right.
her.
Sheen had been doing a lot of filming, which was exhausting to him. He took time out to check himself into rehab for alcohol again in the same year. His engagement to Kelly Preston ended. There were reports that she had been shot in the arm at their home at the same time. So it kind of leaked to the press that she'd been shot in the arm at the Sheen residence
Okay.
around the time that the relationship broke off.
Okay.
And so, but Charlie Sheen talked openly about this.
Okay, he did.
This is his quote directly from Charlie Sheen. This is much later, of course. He says, I was downstairs early in the morning making coffee, and I thought she was still upstairs asleep. And I heard a fucking gunshot go off. I thought, did she really finally fucking do it? Did she kill herself? They're going to fucking blame me. So I abandoned the coffee because a gunshot in the morning will wake you up better than a nice cup of coffee, he said. And apparently that drew laughs from whatever crowd he said this in front of. I come around the corner, and there's naked Kelly Preston at the top of the stairs holding her wrist, staring at me, covered in blood, and I thought, that's pretty fucking hot. And then he quickly corrected himself and said, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
But he really did. After tending to Preston, laying her down, grabbing towels and bandages, and managing to stop the bleeding, he got around to asking her what happened, as you would. She explained to me that when she lifted my pants off the scale in the bathroom, the tiny revolver I used to carry fell out of the back of my jeans pocket, hit the floor, and shot a bullet right between her legs. And she got hit with shrapnel from the toilet bowl, which the bullet actually hit. But that wasn't the weirdest part, at least not for Charlie. The oddest moment, when I picked up the phone, I looked at the phone completely perplexed, and I didn't know whether to call 911 or 411. But for years, people thought there's always this conversation, this discussion about the time I tried to kill Kelly Preston. So, yeah.
Whoa, dude.
The
That's
tabloid
that's
media,
heavy.
when this came out, really ran with it and said, like, Charlie Sheen was in a drunken rage and shot Kelly Preston. That's why they broke up. And it's like, not what happened at all. It was a total fucking accident. And she never filed any charges against him. No charges were ever brought against him. But for a long time in the media, or not for a long time, but, for a good long time, they covered this like he was some kind of wild man. Now,
Well, of course, it turns out that, you know
what I mean? In this case, probably, she says
He definitely
didn't know it.
There's no truth to this story, but there's obviously truth to other stories about
Yes.
Charlie Sheen.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So, I mean, obviously at that time, he kind of was starting to get a reputation in Hollywood because, they're not going to run with the story unless
No.
it's deserved in some way.
So this was a very early controversy for him. The next,
here's
the next
where
one,
we need, where's that Fleiss picture?
yeah, the
at?
Heidi Fleiss picture.
There it is.
So in '95, Sheen was named as one of many Johns who frequented brothels owned by Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss, pictured here. When questioned at her trial, Sheen famously said, "I love sex and I can afford it." The actor admitted he paid $50,000 for prostitutes provided by the madam. He was a star witness in the trial of Heidi Fleiss. He didn't take his sex addiction seriously at the time, saying in the trial that he preferred the cheerleader type.
Whoa.
So, but he was never implicated in a crime. He just testified against the person, basically, that used to bring him hookers.
Shouldn't even be illegal. I don't care.
So the next one is a little more sinister, I guess.
Woman beater?
And yeah, woman beater.
That's the name of the fucking...
I know.
So, yeah, let's hear about this.
So in February 1997, ex-girlfriend Brittany Ashland hit Charlie Sheen with a lawsuit claiming he beat her up and threatened to kill her. The lawsuit claimed that in December of 96, Sheen grabbed her by the hair and slammed her onto the marble floor of his Agora Hills home, knocking her unconscious and splitting her lip so bad she ended up needing 7 stitches. The suit charged that Sheen, the suit charged Sheen with assault, battery, negligence, false imprisonment, and emotional distress. So they threw the fucking book at him. Sheen, pictured in court for the hearing on the left. No, you don't have that picture. This is him leaving the court.
Okay.
On one of those hearings.
So this is the actual. This is the picture of him and the girl that he was beating
Yes.
up here.
Okay, that's where that one belongs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're all out of order.
So they got
TJ.
discombobbled somehow.
Why?
I don't know.
You bastard.
I pulled.
He
them
looks very
in the
concerned
order
looking at that
they were supposed
picture.
to be.
Wow.
He's like, "Oh shit, did I do
Apparently
that?"
They're not for some reason. So yeah, this is him.
This is him. This is the woman. That's her lip that needed 7 stitches. And that is him there at the trial, hearing testimony. And so yeah, he was sentenced to a 1-year suspended prison term and 2 years probation, as well as fines and community service.
So a typical Hollywood
So he got
celebrity
the rich.
punishment. Yeah.
He got the rich boy Hollywood deal.
And this picture that I was shown before is actually from him. Something about a drug overdose, I guess. Is this him leaving the hospital?
Yeah, this is. Sorry, I thought it was the same.
Well, that says judicial. This is a courtroom.
Yeah, no.
So he must be
in-
leaving the court from some drug charge here.
Right. In May 98, Sheen suffered a drug overdose after injecting cocaine and was hospitalized. By August of 98, he checked into a rehab, as well as tacking on another year of probation from a previous drug offense.
Oh, I see.
After the OD, his dad, Martin Sheen, asked a Malibu judge to toss him in rehab. The worst thing that happened was the overdose. Feeling my spirit dying, Sheen later told Playboy. Above, Sheen leaves a Malibu, California courthouse on November 16, 1998, after hearing related to his drug overdose. So, drug problems, overdoses, family asking him to be thrown in fucking rehab or something to get help for him.
Like I said, I mean, clearly he's a man that's out of control. He's injecting cocaine, nearly dying from it. I mean, and I think on the surface, when you look at someone like Charlie Sheen, especially during this part of his career, like no one really thought he was doing this kind of shit. Like now, it's just a joke. If you say Charlie Sheen's like crazy fucking actor, but like
Right.
this time he still had that image of like, he's still a leading man.
Well, I mean, all of this stuff was
Yeah,
huge.
I mean, this stuff
press
is starting
news.
to.
It was
This is what's
tarnishing.
already eroding that
Yeah.
image, basically.
It's definitely tarnishing his image in the
But
eyes
I
of
mean, like
people.
it didn't prevent him from getting a huge hit sitcom
Nope.
or any of that stuff. So like, they thought like a lot of people probably thought like the trajectory was, oh, he's a promising young actor. Okay, he got a little bit too crazy. But now he's back.
He's dialing it back where he needs
he's
to
dialing
be.
it back. He had some crazy days in his youth, but now he's fine. But that's not the case either, because by 2005, 2006,
Yeah, things
he's
are
getting into
getting
more
bad
shit.
again. So Denise Richards, his second wife, divorced him in March of 2005 and accused him of alcohol and drug abuse, as well as threats of violence against her. The divorce was later finalized in November of 2006 and proceeded to a custody battle over their 2 daughters. So an ugly divorce. Their 2 daughters, Sam and Lola. On May 30th, 2008, Charlie Sheen married his third wife, Brooke Mueller. No relation, by the way, to Bob Mueller, the guy that was supposed to slay Trump for us but didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a relation, but
All he had to do was go, "Yep, he's a Russian agent."
that's all he had to say.
That's all he had to say.
That's all you
got
gotta
to say.
say,
You had one
Bob.
job, Bob.
The fuck is your problem?
The 2 are pictured here at the 61st Primetime Emmy Awards. Probably one that he won an award on for 2.5 Men, I'd assume.
Probably.
On December 25th, 2009, Sheen was arrested for assaulting his ex-wife, Brooke Mueller, in Aspen, Colorado. Sheen was charged with felony menacing, third-degree assault, and criminal mischief. He pleaded guilty to the charges in August. He was sentenced to 30 days in rehab, 30 days probation, and 36 hours of anger management, whatever the fuck that is. He probably just did coke with a bunch of other Hollywood guys. Mueller also checked into a rehab, and the couple signed preliminary divorce paperwork. My husband had me with a knife, and I'm scared for my life, and he threatened me. So this seems to be a pattern in his life.
And we actually have this
psychotic behaviors from drug,
we
obviously
actually have
abuse.
some stuff here.
This is not super compelling, but you can skip a little around. It actually, we might not even want to play it. It's a neighbor that calls.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, go ahead and play it. No, this is never mind. I'm thinking of a different 911 call.
Oh, okay.
This is a separate. Play this one.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Fire Department 39, West Mercy. Yes, hi. My name is Dr. Nassif. I live in...
Oh, no. This is not it. No.
Okay, so you were
this is the neighbor. I was right about this. Yeah, it doesn't...
There's another video here called Charlie Sheen's ex spills beans on abuse. Which ex is this?
That might be
actor
it.
Charlie Sheen has been in news lately for all the wrong reasons. And now his ex-wife, Denise Richards, opens up on Oprah's show
So this is
about
Denise
Sheen
Richards
and
talking
her marriage
shit
with
here.
the troubled star.
Denise says that she and Charlie recently called a truce and things seemed to be calming down. And then on Christmas morning in Aspen, Colorado, Charlie Sheen was arrested after his wife, Brooke, called 911 saying that
the
he had
fallout from
threatened her
this
with
hit
a
Denise Richards.
Right.
Because she's the one he calls from jail.
I see.
His ex.
knife. And when did you find
I'm
out?
in jail again.
I actually got a call on Christmas, a collect call from Charlie, and he said, I said
Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, and asked, I thought it was odd that he was calling collect. He said, yeah, they won't let me use my cell phone here. He said, I'm in jail. And so I said, my first thing was, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm okay. And he, told me that he and Brooke had gotten into a fight.
So he fights with his
Current
new
wife.
his current wife, and then when he goes to jail, he calls his former wife.
Yes, his
Yeah.
ex-wife for
Hoping
help on
to-
Christmas Day,
on
by
Christmas,
the
yeah.
way. Collect from a prison.
Collect call from Charlie Sheen on Christmas Day.
Keep-
asking
I'll
me
take
to
it, man.
bail
Watch a
his
little
ass
more of this
out.
because it gets worse.
Cops. He
Okay.
couldn't get into it because he said they were recording our conversation.
Well, in divorce documents, as I recall, you allege that he had threatened you at one point also. And at the time, you said that you were filing because you could no longer accept his abusive and threatening manner. So
Right.
had he been abusive to you?
At times, yes. It does. I mean, there were times during the marriage where, there was a lot of verbal abuse. He never hit me.
He never hit you.
He never hit me.
Do you still love him?
No. The person that I know isn't the person that I married. And I will always care for him because he's my daughter's father. And I will, at the end of the day, if he called me up and ever needed anything from me, I would be there for him.
Okay,
Damn, dude.
So then,
Pretty much taking the high road with that, just saying like, look, I don't really want to have anything to do with him, but I guess if he really needed my help, I try to help him, try to put him back on the right path.
yeah. So then, at that point, there's also this hotel room trashing incident, where on October 26, 2010, a naked and nutty Charlie Sheen, naked and nutty,
I'm naked and nutty, guys.
he tore up. Yeah, everybody wants to be naked and nutty. He tore up his pricey Plaza Hotel suite after which I think Trump owns the Plaza Hotel. I think.
Look, let me tell you something. Beautiful hotel.
I'm pretty sure Trump owns that. I'm not 100%, but I believe he does. Anyway, he was on a fucking booze and blow binge with porn star Capri Anderson.
But why not?
Which, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Hey, Salvador, I don't know what you're doing in here. Sheen reportedly erupted violently after returning to the posh hotel room with Anderson and discovering his wallet and cell phone were missing. Anderson called the front desk about the rampage. 2.5 Men star, the rampaging 2.5 Men star, and they made a 911 call at about 1:34 a.m. When police arrived, the room was a disaster area with clothes strewn about and the table turned over. Sheen was brought to the hospital after admitting to drinking and using cocaine and had to pay $7,000 in damages.
Dude, how many times Charlie Sheen just did probably retarded shit like this, and it's like literally like, Sir, you caused $7,000 worth of damage. All right, take me to a hospital. How much do I owe you? Like 10 grand. Just opens his fucking, takes out of his pocket, like, here's 10 grand.
Well, they said he lost his wallet. That's the whole reason he threw the tantrum in the first place, so he had to go find another wallet.
Charlie Sheen is a fucking rich-ass dude. He might have actually had a wallet for some things, but he had a fucking money roll. Don't even fucking play for a minute like Charlie Sheen.
He just pulled money out of his ass.
He was buying drugs all the time. Of course he had a fucking roll of cash. What are you talking about? Hey, sir, do you take credit cards? No, Charlie Sheen is going to cities and he's scoring drugs immediately, or someone else is scoring drugs for him, but you still need the cash.
Sorry, guys, I just had to go have a little blow binge in the bathroom.
Cool.
To get myself in the Charlie Sheen mode. This is a weird one that seems to me like Charlie Sheen drunkenly crashed his car on the way home, but we'll see what you guys think.
Okay.
Robber's done it.
This is called the mysterious stolen Mercedes.
So mysterious.
So back in June 2010, Sheen's Mercedes-Benz was stolen and plunged over the side of a cliff for the second time that year.
Okay.
Charlie Sheen did it, dude.
Second time.
Sheen did it. Sheen fucking did it.
LAPD officials say that a security guard spotted the luxury car about 100 feet over the side of a cliff on Mulholland Drive just before 3 a.m. on June 15th. Officials ran the plates and found the car was registered to Charlie Sheen. When police contacted the actor, he said he didn't know the car was even missing. The last time he saw his vehicle was at 4 p.m. that Monday afternoon. It turns out that Sheen had left his keys in the car, just like he had 4 months earlier when his Mercedes was found upside down at the bottom of a ditch in the same area.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
These thieves, man.
These thieves.
So I gotta tell you.
These fucking car thieves that steal your car and then drive it so recklessly as to crash it in the
same
side
area.
of the road.
On the same spot, dude, almost the same area.
But, Charlie, you got to get rid of that bad habit of leaving your keys in the car.
And having some
like
person
that
steal it and then joyride, then crash it in the same spot where you were drinking.
is so wild that keeps happening to you.
Now, officially, these were two separate
Okay.
grand theft incidents that ended in a drunken wreck at the bottom of a ditch near Charlie Sheen's house.
Strange enough. Yeah, it's so weird.
Look, the vehicle was stolen. I didn't even know it was missing.
And he accidentally left the keys in the car because there was no sign of breaking and entering or hot wiring or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like,
I know how it goes.
Whoopsie
What a
daisy.
farce, dude. What a farce.
Anyway, this brings us up to 2011.
Right.
Which is the meltdown of meltdowns when it comes to Charlie Sheen.
Is this the right picture?
Yeah, that's fine. This is Charlie and his ex-wife, Brooke Mueller.
Dude, he
here.
looks like a fucking train wreck right here.
There were already 4 women there when Sheen had a friend call porn stars Casey Jordan and Melanie Rios to join the bash on the afternoon of January 26th. It's officially 24 hours of drinking, Jordan later posted on her Twitter page, saying she'd consumed 2 bottles of vodka, a bottle of wine, a pint of whiskey, and a beer. The X-rated actress, who has hired a lawyer, reportedly left hours before paramedics came. Porn pal Melanie Rios, 19, was still there when a 911 call came from the house, Radar reported.
And this is actually where we want to play the 911 call.
Right.
Okay.
But this is actually really not
Yes,
very
hi. My name
interesting.
is Dr. Nasta.
It's not?
I live in Beverly Park in Beverly Hills.
It really isn't. I threw it in here because I thought maybe we'd need it, but honestly, it's a doctor that's lived right next door that said that he called over there asking if everybody was okay, and this porn actress answers and says no. And so he just basically says, send some EMTs, and that's what they did.
Well, what did they discover when they got
Charlie Sheen coked out of his fucking mind with a 19-year-old porn star. And blow and alcohol and who knows what else everywhere.
Charlie Sheen is the real life Dr. Roxo, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Metal. I know you don't like that show, TJ, but like he literally, I mean, he has hookers and not hooker, but he has a porn star and he has fucking cocaine. I mean, that just.
Yeah. A 19-year-old porn star.
I
by
mean,
the
look,
way.
dude.
Not that it's not illegal to fuck one, but you can't drink
Let me
with
say this
one.
about Charlie Sheen, dude. And you guys can argue, and a lot of people will probably argue this, but Charlie Sheen, for all intents and purposes, is living the American fucking
But this is actually a picture from that night that was posted on Instagram.
This man is living the American dream at this time.
By
Look,
one of these porn
we can say it's a meltdown, But I mean, look, if you had Charlie Sheen's money and shit, you'd be doing the same shit.
I don't know about that.
You'd be doing the
most
same shit,
probably.
Paul. Paul would be doing the exact same thing.
I don't think so.
Don't tell me
I don't
otherwise.
think Paul would be doing the same thing.
I think Paul would be doing the same thing.
I'd be traveling the world
Dude,
and
TJ
going to brothels legally.
TJ'd be a
places,
choir
you know.
boy. He'd be really good. I don't think she'd have any problems like
Oh
this. But Paul, dude.
TJ would
fucking
immediately descend into a cocaine-fueled nightmare if he was a billionaire.
I would not.
This would be TJ Kirk
would
holding
take
this
at
bottle
least
of wine
3
with his
weeks.
with his eyes closed. dude.
I'm
I'm a motherfucking man. You're a woman, and this is wine for 24 fucking hours. You know what I mean?
Whatever, dude.
Some wine.
Whatever.
You can have some wine, TJ.
You don't understand life, Paul.
So this, of course, precipitated a ton of things, which we will talk about later. But that is the meltdowns and controversies of Charlie Sheen.
Oh my God,
the only
dude.
reason we're not mentioning the one that everybody's screaming about is because we have an entire fucking we have an entire segment for interviews, and that is, you know,
Holy
another
fuck,
kind of
dude.
meltdown. But
Holy fuck.
so let's hear about some. Well, let's assess
time
some.
to assess.
Yeah, we gotta
This
assess
is
some
gonna be
scoops.
a heaping helping a dick, dude.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to give him
So,
a hearty
all right. So this,
handful
once
of
again,
scoops
this
here.
is points towards being a hot mess. So
Yes.
obviously, there's a lot of points to.
So what we read
assess
about
here.
was a slow degradation of his relationships to alcohol and drugs.
All right, so
from
let's
his
just-
first relationship that ended in abuse allegations to his second one to his third one, all ending in abuse
Hookers.
allegations.
So every
Hookers,
woman
Beating
blow,
a girlfriend.
Every woman he's ever
beating
been
his
with
wife,
has said he's
threatening
abusive
his wife,
and violent.
calling his ex-wife on fucking Christmas Day to have
bail
her,
his ass out
and
from
you
jail.
we didn't finish that little clip, but she. Oh, you guys did, didn't you?
Yeah.
So she like had him over to the house and shit on Christmas Day.
I don't know. Actually, I don't think the clip went
Oh,
that
okay.
far.
It didn't
but-
go that far.
Well, that's what I read that she had him like as soon as he was bailed out, just come to the house, come over here, and he stayed there for a week or two with her and her new husband.
that's not fun. But you know,
How many scoops? 50?
I mean,
Do you think a 50 scooper even encompasses the hot messery of what we've talked about? Because it gets worse.
I want to give him 99 scoops, dude.
99 scoops? I mean, that's a pretty high scoop count. And
I
maybe
mean,
he
I don't
deserves
know,
it.
We
dude.
said 100 is the max, but
I
I mean,
ain't
like-
heard many people do shit like this, dude. I don't fucking know.
Crash 2 Mercedes in the same ditch
Yeah,
outside
I mean,
your
the
house.
fact that
Get divorced twice. I mean, fucking, is you're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, you're a cocaine
No,
addict, you're a
violent
sex addict, you're
divorces.
violent, you're psychotic. I mean, I don't fucking know how much worse you can get, dude. When I honestly feel like cartoon characters resemble your real life persona, I want to give you 99. That's where I'm at.
I mean, he did tell the truth of that Hottie Flies thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I like sex, I like prostitutes, and I bought prostitutes,
Well,
and
that's
I'm going to do it again."
I don't
and
want to give him 100. I want to give him 99. But if you guys want to go lower,
Let's give him 98. Let's take 1 point away for that, and 1 point for just not being a total serial killer.
That's good. I guess those are positive things.
All right, I'll subtract 1 more point to 97.
97.
So he gets a 97.
All right,
Okay.
a 97 scooper.
Dude, I don't fucking know, dude. I mean, I felt pretty confident. I'll be honest with you guys. I felt confident about, Shia LaBeouf. I mean, he's got a lot of problems, but I mean, fuck.
I mean,
I wasn't really aware of how bad fucked up Charlie Sheen
poor Charlie.
as a specimen, but
Poor everybody that knows Charlie, actually.
well, I think he's sober now.
Yeah, sure. For how long though? The volcano is just in its dormant period. If we're honest.
That's true.
Let's go ahead and
enough.
let's go ahead and revisit our good friend Shia, who, as you can see here, embodies all of the alignments.
Oh, yeah. All of the D&D alignments are embodied by Shia LaBeouf.
Neutral evil. Yep, I definitely agree with
So
that.
lawful good is marathon runner Shia. Neutral good is Stanley from Holes Shia. Chaotic good is motivational speaker Shia. That makes sense.
Yeah, lawful
neut-
neutral.
Transform. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I can
True
kinda see
neutral. Elastic. I've never seen Elastic
what that
Heart,
is.
so I don't know what that is.
Even Stevens is chaotic neutral. Lawful evil is the no longer famous Shia LaBeouf.
Right, which we saw a picture of earlier.
Neutral evil is the Indiana Jones Shia LaBeouf. And chaotic evil is actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Whoa.
Okay.
So there you go. There's the full range of human moral alignments represented by the various forms of Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. So Sky, tell us about some of Shia's meltdowns and controversies.
So, July 2009, after Labeouf was charged with a misdemeanor for criminal trespassing following his 21st birthday, he told David Letterman that he'd been just trying to buy some cigarettes at 4 a.m. I got really wasted in Chicago and ended up celebrating Walgreens, he says.
Awesome.
He ended up making multiple late-night Walgreens visits, each of them involving a costume change. Ultimately, the store dropped the charges. That was the first little foray.
Some of the stuff that he does, it seems like performance art type of shit. Because getting drunk and going into the Walgreens, that's authentic. But making a costume change every time, that strikes of like, I'm making some kind of fucking statement with this.
He is definitely into performance art, and we'll actually cover some of that
cool.
later.
Like that whole I'm not famous anymore thing is clearly some kind of weird performance art
He
piece.
is Even Stevens, dude. They're right. He is chaotic neutral.
Labeouf releases a short film, this is December 2013, online that viewers discovers a plagiarized enactment of a short story that was actually written by author Daniel Cloes.
Who's not credited.
Was not credited. This incident kicks off Labeouf's notable phase of borrowing quotes, lines, and works from other people, and we're actually going to go over an entire list of plagiarism allegations.
Oh, shit.
So he's a plagiarist.
It's pretty clear that he is.
He's a Glenn.
Don't even.
He's got a case of the Glennism.
Come on.
What did I say?
Quit dredging up old fucking news.
Well, I don't want to get Munsoned out in the middle of nowhere, TJ.
I see.
So in a 2016 interview with ArtNet News,
ArtNet,
he cited this moment as transformational in terms of introducing him to a future in performance art. So
so he's even actively like, yeah, I'm an artist.
The idea of the quote star could become a prime site for the formulation of new stances whose honesty might advance in a more satisfying kind of effect, he said.
Oh, yeah, so deep.
He apologized to Twitter, via Twitter to Close, but the tweets were all unattributed quotes themselves, too.
Unattributed quotes.
Yeah, so the quotes he gave...
So the quotes that he apologized with were all plagiarized as well.
Yep.
Which that is, once again, I'm an artist, I'm deep.
Right.
It seems to be kind of a theme with him. Like, he's like, I am the artiste. I am the one.
You do not understand the ways of the Labeouf.
I am changing the world and society.
L'artiste.
So in February 2014, Labeouf wears a paper bag on his head
You can
as he
see that
walks
here in the
the red
Lawful
carpet
Evil.
Yeah,
at the
there
Cannes
he is.
Film Festival for the premiere of his movie Nymphomaniac. The bag reads, I am not famous anymore, in large letters across his face.
Okay.
In February 2014, Labeouf launches the quote, or not quote, the hashtag I Am Sorry project, in which he appears alone with the same paper bag over his head in a room in a Los Angeles art space. Visitors are allowed one by one to visit him and used a variety of props in their interactions, including a bottle of Jack Daniels. Afterward, Labeouf said in an interview with Days that he had been raped by one of the visitors during the 5-day experiment. Of course, afterwards
he was raped. Wait. So someone literally just.
I'm sorry, that's not.
I looked
funny.
into it, and it's alleged that he alleges this rape happened, and and these guys. Let me read this last part. Afterwards, his collaborators Turner and Ronoko, or I don't know, it's some Finnish dude. Ronko publicly noted that they put a stop to the incident when they became aware of it. No charges were pressed against the alleged perpetrator.
Right, because he probably didn't exist.
Yeah, there's a lot of people were there when this was happening, and no one saw this story besides him. No one was aware of it. Like he basically said, some girl with smudged lipsticks. The story goes with him. She came in the room. He wasn't allowed to talk, and he was super dedicated. So, she beat him with, a whip for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Pulled down his pants, basically, and raped him.
Okay.
And then just left.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
And no one else really...
Knowing, of course, as she did, that he was super dedicated to not speaking and taking off the bag.
Now, tell that story again, but way more slowly and with more detail.
Oh, TJ, you disgusting freak.
All right, so here's TMZ... Talk about a Shia LaBeouf headbutts guy in London bar brawl. Let's take a look.
Oh, dude, TMZ loves Shia LaBeouf.
They love him.
Well, of course, why wouldn't they?
Boom, TMZ. There's Shia. Shia's gonna kiss him. No, he's gonna headbutt him.
Oh, damn, he headbutted him.
That headbutt was a fucking joke.
Shia,
dude doesn't even
does he do it again?
One thing you're gonna see is Shia is definitely a hothead.
What did you just say?
Shia,
what did you just say?
Shia!
What did you just say?
Shia!
So that was it.
Shia, don't do it, Shia.
That little pussy headbutt was it.
The fucking British dude doesn't even give a shit. He's like,
what did you just say?
Back to me point.
Shia LaBeouf headbutted a guy in a bar after what sounded like a nuclear argument over his girlfriend's mom. Okay. Well, good. That was a nice little headbutt. Like, it looked like...
Dude.
It looked playful. Like, look at this fucking headbutt.
It's pretty... Yeah, I mean...
You know what happened here, dude?
Headbutt sucks.
Hit him with a bill
If
of
it's a
his hat.
family fucking dispute, it's clearly this, dude. British people are just very, like, brutally honest, and they probably told Shia, like, she's a right cut,
Yeah.
and he probably like, what?
Fuck
He's
your
American.
mom.
He's like, he's not expecting to hear that kind of shit, so he's like, wanna fight now, bitch?
Shia!
Shia, don't!
Shia,
please, stop it, Shia!
Don't do it, Shia!
Don't kill him, Shia.
So here's Shia Buff.
Let's see him get arrested,
getting
dude.
arrested.
Yeah, let's see him get arrested.
Oops.
Download the app.
Get this app.
The Metro Police report details a bizarre encounter between actor Shia LaBeouf, bystanders in City Market, and Metro Police officers. And it was all caught on camera from several different angles.
Cool.
Several.
Video showing actor Shia LaBeouf starts with him approaching a group of people around 4 a.m. and ends with him screaming at Metro Police officers at the Chatham County Detention Center.
I want to see that middle part. What happened in between?
According to
Okay, here
Metro
we go.
Police, LaBeouf was asking the group seen here for a cigarette. When he was
Much like
denied,
TJ.
officers say he became aggressive. When the officer tried to detain him in City Market,
He ran
LaBeouf
away.
takes off. But
Oh,
it
he
doesn't
ran.
take long for officers to track LaBeouf down at the Andaz Hotel. There, LaBeouf continues to berate officers.
What, sir? Let's go. Yo, you really got these cuffs on me heavy, bro. I'll fix it.
With profanity-laced rants against the officers,
Came up to you asking for a cigarette, you dumb f***. Why would I ask for a cigarette if I was racist?
the rant continues.
Why would I ask for a cigarette if I was racist? I wouldn't.
Damn.
I mean, that tracks, you know?
Dude,
Good
there's like
drunk logic.
I pulled this news clip because there was like
Look, let me ask you this.
Dude, there's actual
Paul,
30
hold
minutes.
on.
There's actually 30 minutes of him being arrested, which I'm like, that's way too long.
Wow. Sky, let's say you're a racist. Or Paul. Either of you guys. You're a racist.
Well, I know
right?
you're a racist, but that's
Are you
fine.
going to go up to a black dude and ask for a cigarette?
Nah,
Hell
man.
No. Hell no. Not
know.
racist. Not racist.
Okay, got it.
All the way to the Chatham County Detention
Dude, that cop's face pretty much says.
That cop is
Center,
laughing
where
his ass
multiple
off.
officers are needed to restrain LaBeouf as he complains about the handcuffs.
The cuffs are too tight. Why am I in custody? Why am I in custody?
LaBeouf was examined by a nurse at the detention center and released hours later.
LaBeouf's
Hey, why don't you use some of your
Why
fucking...
am I in custody?
Why don't you use some of your enormous net worth to go buy your own fucking pack of cigarettes, dude?
Why was he letting his dreams be dreams right there? If those cuffs are too tight, why didn't
Yeah,
he just bust them?
Just bust out of them.
Just do it.
Just do it!
Stop thinking about it
Well,
and do it.
He has, of course, a substance abuse problem, TJ. He's probably drunk, and he's just
No, he's
wandering
not.
around at 4 a.m.
Well,
and
he
he's
was
like,
certainly being disorderly.
I need a cigarette. And TJ, what have you not done? I mean, dude, after that fucking Amsterdam meetup, TJ, you went around drunkenly and
I
fucking
punched people
stoned,
for cigarettes.
and you were demanding cigarettes from people. But people
Give me
are-
a cigarette.
The difference is people actually are trying to give TJ cigarettes, though.
Give me a fucking
So he actually was with a group of willing people to give him cigarettes.
All right.
He will not divide us.
what is
He
this?
will not divide us. He will not divide
there.
us.
He will not divide us. And this is the little game of capture the flag Shia played with 4chan.
Let's see how that turned out, TJ.
Yeah, he put up this flag. It's some kind of Remember,
Can't
didn't he
see
like
it on the
scream
screen.
this in someone's ear at some point?
Can't see this
Shut
on the
up.
screen.
Didn't he scream this in someone's ear at some point?
He did, and he was actually arrested for that too. But if we go through this kind of like captures the whole thing.
Okay.
So
there's
He
like a
Will Not
long
Divide Us
explanation of this shit.
is an anti-Trump online performance art project by actor Shia LaBeouf and artist Luke Turner and like the other collaborator, like we talked about, Brunico.
Yeah, basically these two hangers-on that hang out with Shia and tell him he's a
Because he's
genius,
rich as shit,
basically.
yeah. So featuring a 24-hour live stream held in a variety of locations, and this was supposed to run the entire time Trump was president. So his entire first term, this was like a performance art project.
Right.
The stream was moved several times after being disrupted by trolls from 4chan's poll section board and other online communities. So this guy the troll community caught wind of this and like, oh really?
So what was he trying to? He was trying to stream the flag itself, right?
If you go down, you'll actually see.
Okay.
So this is how it spreads. And this is first like just social media fucking catching wind of this. Like, yeah, he will not divide us. So it's actually really popular. 124,000 likes, 61,800 retweets within 72 hours. And keep going. There's actually a video we can say. Okay, so here, play that one. He will not divide us.
He will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. Pepe! Pepe!
And this is him being trolled.
Pepe!
Pepe.
He
Pepe. Some really bored people.
Wow. This is...
Just skip ahead a little bit more, and the guy will feel like can start trolling him with like hitting him with a crystal scroll and shit. Like right here. Okay, you go.
This guy.
For 2 million likes. I will smash that fucking like button. 2 million likes. He will smash that like button. I want 2 million likes. Can we go for? He will not.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
Those are a bunch of trolls, basically.
It doesn't matter what Shia LaBeouf is. Shia LaBeouf gave you the ability.
Wow. What a shit show of absolutely ineffectual, meaningless nonsense.
This was an ill-conceived notion.
Yes.
Yeah, from jump.
And it's your
It's
buddy.
my buddy.
Here. Yeah. Paul
Shia LaBeouf, man. Okay, here we go. This
Yeah.
is the part I'm talking about.
This is the thing he gets arrested for.
The existence of the white people on He will not divide us! 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 He will not divide us!
Praise Keck. Oh my fucking god. He's like he's trying to be more cringy than Shia here.
It's the cringe off.
Praise Keck.
Praise Keck.
He will not divide us.
Praise Keck. Praise Keck. Praise Keck. Okay.
Wow.
And Shia was actually later arrested for this.
Yeah, I mean, you can't scream right in someone's ear. It's you
Yeah,
can damage
I mean,
your
he
eardrums.
wasn't just screaming; he was bumping into him and
so
shit.
this is on
Clearly
the evening
an
of
assault.
January 25th, 2017. Labeouf was arrested on streams on suspicion of assault. I mean, not much suspicion there. We see it clearly.
seen it, yeah.
According to the New York Police Department spokesman, Labeouf allegedly grabbed a man's scarf and scratched his face, then pushed him to the ground after saying something that offended Labeouf on the live stream.
So I guess he did divide us.
He did divide us.
It seems like he divided us.
Guys, guess what? 4 years it did not last. If we can go down a little bit further, NYC closure. On February 10th, 2017, Page Six reported that the Museum of Moving Image would be shutting down the He Will Not Divide Us installation, violent altercation that had occurred on site. The installation created a serious and ongoing public safety hazard for the museum, its visitors, its staff, local residents, and businesses. The installation became a flashpoint for violence and was disruptive from its original intent. While the installation began constructively, it deteriorated markedly after one of the artists was arrested on the site of the installation and ultimately necessitated this action.
So basically him being a violent psychopath at the site of the installation is what caused the installation.
That day, the He Will Not Divide Us live stream was
the museum has abandoned us.
Yeah,
Damn.
so he was bitter, dude.
He's like, fuck you,
So
museum.
he's like, you know what? We're going to Albuquerque,
So
dude.
then he's like, no, we're going to Albuquerque with this
Oh,
shit.
he went to Querque.
So
then he came here and started doing the He Will Not Divide Us shit.
So on February 18, 2017, the art project was relocated outside the El Rey Theater in downtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. That day, YouTuber Matthew Reichbach uploaded footage of Labeouf speaking at the new location, saying he wanted to, quote, make this sort of a safer space. Show below. So this is him in the new space.
Let's see.
12:55, that's in the next 4 minutes. Let's just all sort of start finding a quieter spot just so that we can sort of make this place have some soul, make it kind of a...
Does he come across as just really fucking dumb to anybody else?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Sacred
He's not
space,
alone
even
in
if
that.
that's some hooboo-jubu hippie shit, I fuck with it. So in 4 minutes, let's start quieting it down. Melissa will find her spot. I'll give her the cue and she'll take it when she wants, and we'll just let...
Okay, so yeah, he's an idiot. What are
So
you
this is
gonna
from the stream. Some dude said, fuck Trump, showed his piece, like, hey, I got a fucking gun. Fuck Donald Trump.
do?
of
Oh,
course-
someone did that?
Yep.
her have it
In
for a
this?
while.
No, in this
and
one
then
below.
Oh, in this.
That's
And this GIF down
So this
below.
guy comes up here, he's like, I got a gun, fuck Trump, blah, 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 blah,
And his
blah.
supporters. Yep.
On February 21st, the camera was spray painted by a masked vandal. In the coming days, the incident was reported on the news site, Daily Dot, blah, blah, blah. So there's the camera, it's doing its thing. Someone sprays it.
Go a little bit,
Let's
yep.
go a little bit back so we can kind of see.
Yep.
All you really see is the spray can. You can't really
Pepe,
see
praise kick, praise kick.
Praise kick, Pepe, Pepe, Pepe.
So
Kick, kick, kick,
the,
Pepe,
the trolls just waited till they all went to bed.
All right, so then, after that went to shit,
He's like, you know what? Fuck these guys. They can't beat me. They tried to shut me down in fucking New York. They tried to fucking shut me down in Albuquerque.
So
I'm
then
gonna
he's
fucking
like,
go to an undisclosed location.
undisclosed location. I have a question. Why didn't he just eventually put this on fucking private property?
I believe he did.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
They didn't give a shit.
On February 23rd, 2017, a live stream was closed after gunshots were reported by the local area. On March 8th, this webcam was moved to an unknown location where it pointed a flag with the words, "He will not divide us," printed on the side. So here's the flag that's in this increasingly ill-advised and failing fucking attempt at a fucking
on March
artistic
9th,
statement.
An unknown person was recorded taking down the flag and replacing it with a "Make America Great Again" hat and Pepe the Frog shirt, T-shirt shown below. So this is someone
Let's
actually
take a look at this flag.
Yep. So this is from the live stream.
Somebody there found the fucking flag, and they found it by like geolocating it through all kinds of.
We're gonna get into that
shit.
in a second, but this is them actually taking the flag down.
Okay, so the flag goes down, and then the Pepe shirt and the fucking hat or whatever the fuck.
Dude, don't
the
fuck with
MAGA hat.
Dude, we had a thing before this. We're like, man, that's why you don't fuck with 4chan.
And he's
dude.
waving it in the wind. All right, this is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, well, they've just defeated him at every fucking turn.
Right.
I mean, I think he kind of defeated himself at the first turn, and then they've defeated him every turn after that.
So if you want to do this, we can actually, there's a Vice article about how they actually figured out where the fuck he was.
So yeah, how 4chan's worst trolls pulled off the heist of the century.
So scroll down a little bit.
High school, fuck with Shia Labeouf. Seems like a worthwhile endeavor, honestly. In the latest act of the universe proving to us we are nothing but side characters living within a poorly written movie, 4chan just pulled off one of the most impressive and pointless internet heists of all time.
Skip past the video. I think this is where
blah, 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 blah. Okay. Skip past this?
Yeah, it's like, right here.
Okay.
So this is, the folks of 4chan have for some time now been systematically fucking with Shia LaBeouf for his "He Will Not Divide Us" art/protest project. This message just goes to the project. The trolls started targeting people who went to the protest, and when figuring out their identity, fucked with them for days. The grown-up Louis Stevens would regularly appear on the live stream, and shit would get pretty heated, several times after screaming in the face of Trump supporters. This all culminated in Labeouf being arrested and charged with assault and harassment we saw earlier.
Right.
So I think let's go down to the next one. This actually gets to that. Okay. Still, though, Shia of the Trooper carried on. This time, the HWNDU project found a live stream of a flag waving in the air. The stream contained only the sky and the flag as to not give away a location to trolls. Yes, Labeouf must have thought, there's no way they're shutting this one down, which, of course, I'm sure that's what he thought. Big Daddy Shia was proved wrong once again. Instead of vanquishing the trolls, he started one of the most intense games of Capture the Flag ever. The trolls only using the live stream of the flag started, I shit you not, studying the flight patterns and contrails of airplanes passing overhead. They mapped out what they saw and took their findings to flight radars to try and pinpoint a general area. Using the knowledge gleaned from the flight patterns they found, the location was near Greenville, Tennessee. The obsessed basement dwellers turned to studying the star patterns, their movements, and with that, plus a tweet that Labeouf sent out in a Tennessee diner, the trolls were able to narrow down the area even further to a small patch of land between a house and a river. This is when their man on the ground came into play. The channers were able to enlist a local troll to drive through the air and reportedly honk his horn. I, like you, my fair reader, to imagine a man driving around a small Tennessee town, which I assume to be a 1990, blah, blah, blah. So basically, they went to honk their fucking horn.
All right, so the way
someone on the stream heard it.
So they fucking got real the ingenuity.
They studied
here,
flight patterns.
It really is
they
impressive.
The star map.
They sit there and they watch this stupid fucking stream for hours and hours, and every time a plane goes by, they're fucking figuring out where the flight, what flight that could potentially be.
Yes.
And then they are apparently Shia was stupid enough to tweet from a diner nearby.
Unfortunately, so for him.
So to narrow it down even more, and then they just found some fucking guy to go around honking his horn until eventually someone heard it on the stream, and they're like, "We got it." And then they fucking narrowed down the location enough where someone found it, went to it.
And put a
fucking MAGA hat on it.
And of course, and a Pepe shirt.
And a Pepe shirt.
And Shia didn't try again after this, did he?
No, fuck no. Dude, I think you realize at this point.
At this point, you take the fucking L and walk the fuck away, right?
Dude,
you've lost.
Don't fuck with 4chan, dude.
Nah, fuck that. I would have doubled down and got a vault
do it.
underneath the earth built just to film this fucking stupid flag.
Well, that would probably have been safe.
So then let's talk more about his plagiarism, because apparently that's a thing too. So Shia LaBeouf's plagiarizing ass. Here's a history of it. Scotty, go ahead
this
and
is 14 times.
take us through it.
He's blatantly ripped someone
14 times? Jesus.
Labeouf plagiarized an apology to Alec Baldwin. I shit you not.
Okay.
In February 2013, Labeouf abruptly quit what would have been his first Broadway show, Orphans, due to, quote, creative differences, which is they can't stand each other. Labeouf decided that the best way to explain the departure would be able to tweet out a photo of his email apology to the cast and Baldwin by name. Unfortunately, parts of his prose sample, "A man owns up. A man grasps his mistakes," ripped off verbatim from a 2009 Esquire article entitled, "What is a Man?" People included the article's author noticed, obviously. So basically the author of this notice.
So he plagiarized...
He plagiarized his apology.
I plagiarized portions of his apology. To rationalize the plagiarism, Labeouf lifted another quote from David Mamet.
"Invent nothing, deny nothing, speak up, stand up, stay out of school."
Okay. For what it's worth, Labeouf clearly does not understand proper accrediting formats. I don't think he cares.
No.
Labeouf plagiarized his directorial debut.
And we talked about
about that one already. He then plagiarized the plagiarism. He then apologized for plagiarism by plagiarizing a Yahoo Answers post from 4 years ago.
Labeouf.
Okay.
Copying isn't particularly creative work. Being inspired by someone else's idea to produce something new and different is creative work. So basically, like, I was inspired by your idea. So it's
Labeouf's
okay.
graphic novels pulled quotes from Charles Bukowski and French writer Benoit Duterte. I didn't even know that he had written graphic novels.
I wasn't sure about that.
So that's interesting.
Chris Benoit Duterte.
Chris Benoit.
What a monster. Who has created this monster? No!
In April 2012, Labeouf announced his intention to become a comic book writer and artist at the Chicago Chicago Comic Con.
He seems like he don't know what the fuck he wants to do.
He said that the process was like singing in the shower. It's very free and without edit, which doesn't, no. But it turns out there was a reason why the copy was so clean. On December 18, 2013, news broke that many lines from the self-published 2012 book, Let's Fucking Party and Stale and Mate, were lifted from Charles Bukowski and Benoit Duterte's work.
Okay.
So he just stole a bunch of his work, basically.
Labeouf apologized again. First he did so in the Tiger. He said,
Is LaBeouf like the fucking
he plagiarized
successful Stevie?
Dude, he plagiarized... Damn. He plagiarized Tiger Woods' apology for his apology for...
I have let my family down, and I regret those transgressions with all of my heart.
Same thing Tiger Woods said.
So maybe he was memeing at this point.
Then in the words of Robert McNamara, he says that.
Terribly wrong.
Then Kanye West.
So he's clearly at this point.
Yeah, this is more I am an artiste bullshit.
He ripped off Zuckerberg, dude?
Yeah, apparently.
I want to thank all of you who have written and created groups and protested, even though I wish I had made so many of those angry.
Yeah.
Made so many of you angry.
And then
Zuck said the same thing.
Oh, we're back. That's Charlie again. So then, Shia LaBeouf also sat down and watched 10 hours of his own movies.
Yes.
I guess that's a thing for some reason. Let's take a look at that.
There's no audio, so you don't have to worry about that.
So he just, is this literally 10 hours long?
Yep.
It's 10 hours long.
He rented out a theater so he could watch his films. I think he actually did it for 24 hours, though.
So he went and took a piss. Okay.
Got some
getting
popcorn.
Getting bored with the movies at this point.
He's bored by his own films at this point.
Bored.
Man, a lot of times you pull it up, he's gone.
Oh, yeah? I mean, you got to pee a lot when you're just sitting there sipping soda and eating popcorn. Salt makes you all pissy, too.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a thing he did, I guess.
10 hours of Shia LaBeouf watching his own work, or 24 hours.
And then live streaming his reaction.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I mean, wow, what a profound artistic statement it makes about consumerism or whatever the fuck.
I wonder if that dude behind him hung with him the whole time.
Let's see. You want to see?
Yeah, scroll through it again.
Okay.
Is that guy
Where's that dude?
Yeah, he's still there.
Dude's still there.
He's still there.
He's still there.
Oh, shit.
Still there.
Oh, shit.
Still there.
Oh, shit. He did it. The madman did it.
Wait, I think he's asleep now.
Oh, did he lose it right at the end? At the end, bro?
No, he's still.
No, he's there.
He's awake.
Okay, he's there.
He's just dazed.
He almost went.
He's
Baba.
struggling.
Dude,
He's
look
struggling.
over Shia's.
That dude's asleep.
Yeah, dude, or that chick, or whoever that is.
Dude,
Right
that
there.
chick, or no.
That's a dude.
No,
Yeah,
I see
it's
him
got a
chewing.
beard.
I see him chewing. He's still awake.
He might just be sleep chewing.
No, he's chewing, man.
He might just be chewing on a little, lump of fucking licorice that's stuck in his fucking teeth in his
Dude
dreams.
in the red hat. No, he comes and goes a few times. What is this going on? I don't know.
Well,
so anyway,
what a compelling piece of art.
I mean, man, it just really makes you think about
Something.
I don't know.
I'm not really sure what this is supposed to say. But
it says
boring
it's
to
very
me.
Meta.
It's very, very meta.
I'm gonna have people watch me watching my shit.
So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, look, I'll be honest.
So
with you.
let's just say for a minute
This
here.
ain't gonna fucking touch Charlie Sheen.
But
There's
you
just
know,
no fucking way.
I don't
dude.
know though, because it depends on if we're talking about if we're giving him points for mess points. Like Charlie Sheen's a mess in a much more traditional masculine kind of way, you know, where it's like he fucking likes to get liquored up and smack women and fucking snort coke and be a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
And that's, it's all like he's having fun with his meltdown. Shia LaBeouf, on the other hand, like he seems like he's just as fucking prone to crazy shit, but there's this weird pretentiousness to it all. Where he's like kind of treating it like I am this great artist and this is a work of fucking my genius. And
I'm a great counterculture figure, and
I
I'm
mean,
out
like,
here making history. And shit.
Say what you want about Charlie Sheen, but he never had a bunch of fucking internet trolls dunk on him fucking over and over.
Well, that's because he was
over.
always just kind of like honest and open about what was going on in his life.
Yeah, because he's just an out and out fuck up, and he's not trying to present himself as this great artist or this great political figure or whatever.
I could
the
argue
fuck.
that maybe Shia LaBeouf's fucked uppery is more like the modern male dude. Maybe Charlie Sheen was that old school fucked up. drugs and women.
Right.
Charlie Sheen's fucked up alpha. Shia LaBeouf is fucked up beta. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm.
I think we give him half the scoops then.
I have to say, I think he deserves a lot, but I don't think he deserves as many as Charlie Sheen.
I don't think so either.
So what do you say, 50, I guess?
I mean, his meltdown wasn't quite as violent.
Let's give him like 50. That's what I.
Yeah, I'd say like 50 scoops because some of that was pretty cringy, like losing to 4chan that hard with your flag in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, anybody's gonna lose at that point because they just they're so dedicated. But the fact that he kept giving them new opportunities to fuck him over, like. The entire idea of this fucking "He Will Not Divide Us" project was fucking
dead on arrival, dude.
I mean, it was not only was it dead on arrival, but it was inherently stupid because it was very clear that what he was doing was also divisive and that it was dividing people.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that was part of his ironic fucking art project.
He's on the side of good, TJ. He's good.
He's a piece of shit.
He's making a statement, dude.
He ain't no better than fucking Trump.
Trying to motivate people.
Just not as powerful.
Trying to motivate people, dude.
So let's look at now. It's time to look at some interviews.
So to bring us up to date on Charlie Sheen's life when we start these interviews, he had just had that big drug meltdown that we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. He was a big star at this point. Having a leading role on a huge sitcom, 2.5 Men, which ran forever.
Yes.
And he was the central figure in it, or one of the central figures in it for that whole time. So a huge lucrative thing in his career, and then he has this drug meltdown that, of course, because he's such a huge star, goes worldwide. And he started giving interviews. And I don't know if I pulled them in order.
Well, the first one I have is...
Well, hold on. Let me read a little bit of what I've got here.
I got the Today Show one, I think. I don't know what that is.
Hold on. I somehow fucking got skipped back up the document. Okay. So on the February 28th, 2011 episode of NBC's Today Show, Sheen had an unrepentant message for his detractors. You'll come crawling back soon enough. I'm not angry. I'm passionate, the 2.5 Men star said. So we can watch him here.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's fucking see this. Is this the train wreck Tigers?
Well,
blood?
I mean, there were multiple.
There was a bunch of them.
That he is clean now.
Yes, good morning again, George. And he claims no drugs right now, but we did talk a lot about his past drug use. Charlie Sheen has never been more candid about it and makes no excuses for it. He also shared with us some of what really happened that night last month when he was rushed to the hospital after a drug-filled night with porn stars. Your anger and your hate, I think, is coming off as...
Looking good there, Charlie.
...as erratic to people.
Passion. My passion. It's all passion.
Your passion is coming off as erratic to people.
Well, you borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard. Yeah, because it fires in a way that is, I don't know, maybe not from this particular terrestrial realm.
I think some of those things that you're...
Yeah.
That's like some Stevie speak.
Fair enough, man.
You're not from the same realm as I.
I am not from your terrestrial realm.
That does sound like Stevie speak.
You know, my brain, if you had it for 1 second.
For 1 second would be like...
You would explode.
Would be like seeing through the eyes of God, the knowledge you would have, the sights
your
you would
eyes
see.
would melt from your skull.
The eyes of God.
Have you seen the ending of the first Indiana Jones movie? That would be you. You'd be one of the Nazis.
We're putting out there are making people think something's wrong with you.
That's up to, that has nothing to do with me, really. I mean, they're entitled to, I suppose, interpret stuff as they must. What are you a doctor of?
Some are saying that you're bipolar.
Wow, what does that mean?
Wow. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Why don't you take a look in a fucking mirror right now?
He's so
just look at you.
out of it, dude.
Like as you're answering the question, you literally look like the fucking poster boy for bipolar.
He is so fucking high right now. Look at his fucking eyeballs. Look at his fucking pupils, dude. They're so dilated.
Yeah, he's high as a kite.
I guess that you're on two ends of the spectrum.
Wow. And then what? What's the cure? Medicine?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Treatment,
what the fuck cure?
treatment.
Medicine? Yeah.
Counseling.
That's outrageous. Like, he says it like it's an outrageous notion.
It's pretty bad when like the only voice of
What's
reason
the cure?
is
Medicine?
Dude, the other voice in
your head is the voice of reason?
Dude, the only voice of reason in his fucking life is the woman interviewing him. Like, what the fuck is going on with Charlie Sheen at this point?
I don't know. This is a long interview, I think.
Sure.
You can skip around because he's saying retarded shit at... Well, I guess it's not that long.
Like them.
We good.
Not going to happen. I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Now you're... I mean, yeah, I don't
know. Now
you
sound like a raving, coked out lunatic.
That's what now.
Dude, Donald Trump heard this shit and was like, this is gold.
Yeah, Trump did like this.
I'm bipolar. Aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up. Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
Have you had any celebrities reach out to you to try and help you?
Yeah, like radical people like Sean Penn and Mel Gibson and Colin Farrell and just radical people, and they're not telling me what to do.
Who gave you the best piece of advice?
Well, they didn't give me any advice, and within that, there's great advice. It was just love, and so just to see. It's oftentimes says unknown, but occasionally a giant marquee name comes through on your caller ID, and it's like winning.
When was the last time you used?
I don't use.
3 minutes before the beginning of this interview.
What's that?
Does the 7-gram rock that I keistered before this interview count? Because if it does, I'm doing it now.
I use a blender. I use a vacuum cleaner. I use
Do you use a vacuum cleaner?
I
have trouble imagining you vacuuming a floor unless it's during a Coke bitch. Like, must get it clean.
He's using the Bill Clinton defense here briefly. That depends on what your definition of is defense. This is the I don't use drugs. I use vacuum cleaners.
I take drugs.
I take
drugs.
You know what? He's actually not wrong. He uses his nose like a vacuum cleaner to
cocaine.
To hoover cocaine up it.
Which what he was doing before this interview, clearly.
Try the new Coke Vac 9000.
Oh, dude, he's Coke. He's on Coke speak for sure.
Or some kind of
ingested or took drugs.
Yes. When was the last time you took drugs?
Such an AA stupid expression or term. I don't remember. I do not remember.
A week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Maybe a month
2 days ago.
6 weeks. I don't know. It was a couple days before the suits rolled in and said, change it, change everything. We're shutting you down.
Tell me about the last time you took drugs.
The last time I took drugs, I probably took more than anybody could survive.
What are we talking about? How much?
I don't know, man. I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go.
How do you survive that?
Because I'm me. Because I'm me. I'm different. I just have a different constitution. I have a different brain. I have a different heart. I have a different, I get to...
He's the bionic man, dude. He just doesn't fucking...
Charlie Sheen is just a greater man than any other.
Normal man would have died from drug overdose 7 times over. Charlie Sheen that's his breakfast.
Yeah, that's just,
It's like, whoa, okay.
He's on that fucking Hunter S. Thompson level, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe it.
Tiger blood, man.
You don't worry that you're going to die when you take that many drugs?
Dying's for fools.
But you're only human.
Now, there's certain blends I will not entertain because that's how people go down. I'm too smart to do that. So,
yeah,
I'm too smart to OD, even though I've OD'd in the past.
His drug cocktail.
We know you've.
Look, man, I'm not gonna mix alcohol and heroin. I just know it's a bad idea, dude. But meth and heroin. Now we can talk. It's like, dude, there's literally people that are like this. I don't know if you guys ever met the person that's like the drug cocktail. It's like, this is the drug cocktail you take if you want to have sex all night, this is a drug.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what he's talking about. He's just talking about like the drug cocktail he'll use because like obviously he's going to use multiple drugs. He's like, look, I'm not going to cross like alcohol and fucking sleeping pills.
I won't do the big killer is like 8 balls, so heroin and blow together. So that's probably what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's
He's smart.
Chris Farley. And
he'll do coke or he'll do heroin. He ain't going to do both. Come on, he ain't that kind of guy.
You know, I'm sorry for the guys that happened to, but, you know, you should have read the directions before you showed up at the party, you know?
So you actually have a strategy about how you take your drugs?
No, I just have a couple of rules. I don't know if it's a strategy.
You're clean
It is.
now.
Sure.
So is this better now? Your life now?
Okay.
So you have a strategy for drug use. I have a method.
So after this inadvisable interview that immediately turned into a meme.
Yes.
He went on 2020.
Of course.
Oh, no. Charlie,
to
stop
basically do the same thing.
The media tour.
Oh, God, stop it.
Well, we can watch it a little bit of that, too, if you want.
Let's go ahead.
To begin what he calls his daily descent into death.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow, that was loud.
Wow.
RIP headphone users, including us.
Today, at least, there are no signs of an all-night bender. For a man many believe is strung out, the workout is vigorous and unrelenting.
I'm coming for you, Warner Brothers. Let me just catch my breath first. I'm a peaceful man with bad intentions.
Only his
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is.
Damn.
I don't know that this is the 2020 interview. Can you skip ahead a little bit?
Often prefers to pay for the.
Love to marry Charlie.
I'm over 3 with the marriage things.
I don't know. That doesn't appear to be the right thing.
All right. Well, let me read a little bit about what happened there.
Good job.
I guess it is.
No.
I guess this is 2020. It's not really much of an interview. It looks more it's like
Right. It's just like a recap.
A recap.
Plus,
It says he did an interview. Okay, so Sheen praised his live-in girlfriends. He called them goddesses. You know what I mean?
Live-in girlfriends, yeah.
He had 2 porn stars that were living with him, and they were in some kind of poly kinky love triangle relationship, and they loved it.
Well, it's like he has his priorities.
But it was about this time that Warner Brothers decided. Well, actually, it was before this interview that Warner Brothers had pulled the plug on him, due with the big drug binge that he had and the whole meltdown there.
Well, the insane interview he gave, basically.
And but yeah, these interviews really cemented the deal that he was leaving the show. So throughout his rants about CBS, Warner Brothers, and his own drug use, Charlie Sheen insisted that he was ready to return to work on the hit sitcom, even though he was really he was doing those live streams, and apparently he would just say crazy shit. On Monday, Warner Brothers disagreed, firing Sheen from the show, claiming the actor's statements, conduct, and condition prevented him from performing his essential duty. So they basically ran with the obvious truth that he's coked out and delusional.
So let's take a look at this is funny Charlie Sheen drunk. Is this him drunk on set? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look at that real quick. Oh yeah,
Oh, this is a little 2.5 Men. Yeah, I pulled this.
High tonight, low tomorrow, 100% chance of hangover.
I can see why this show made a bunch.
Yeah, this show was brilliant.
This show is
anyway,
funny.
whatever. This show sucks.
But that is Charlie Sheen pretending to be drunk, which I don't know why they didn't just put a real bottle of fucking tequila in front of him and let him do this. He's Charlie Sheen, for fuck's sake.
I think they knew that's a bad idea. I mean, going into this show, I mean, like, look, Charlie Sheen was probably clean or had his shit together for a number of years. Otherwise, they wouldn't have hired him. But obviously, at this point, and it was great. That's really lagging.
Making that like #1 sitcom in America money is not a great thing for Charlie Sheen because
he was being paid what at the end of it, like $1 million, $2 million.
He was
some crazy amount of money.
The action of Warner Brothers to fire the star of their most lucrative property is pretty unprecedented in the history of TV shows.
Right.
This happened the day that Charlie Sheen learned he was fired. This was another meltdown of his. He went out in public somewhere and was waving a machete around and drinking tiger blood, which is his alcohol, I guess.
Okay. Is that still available for public consumption?
I doubt it.
And then, of course, like he started talking shit about the studio, so the studio fired back and listed off all the shit I listed earlier, his divorces and rehabs and binges and car accidents and divorces.
It's pretty bad when a company is like fucking arguing with you in like the press, dude.
Right.
That's pretty bad. Your former employer is
Well,
like,
this was actually leaked to the press through
Okay,
TMZ.
it was leaked.
It was a letter.
oh, come on, dude.
Right.
They wanted it out there.
Yeah.
Like, they knew as a company they couldn't be like, oh, really, bitch? So they had to be like, oh, this was leaked internally by some employee.
But he saved his strongest criticisms for Chuck Lorre, the guy that made 2.5 Men. He called Lorre a clown whose real name is Chaim Levine. His actual name is Charles Michael Levine. He said, I embarrassed him in front of his children and the world by healing at a place that this unevolved mind cannot process, said Sheen. I've spent, I think, close to the last decade, I don't know, effortlessly and magically converted to your tin cans into pure gold.
This is Chuck Lorre.
Yeah, Chuck Lorre here. And
this is them together.
Yeah.
Back before the
meltdown, yeah. He says, the gratitude I get is this charlatan chose not to do his job, which is to write. In an interview with TMZ, Sheen continued to blast Lorre as a stupid, stupid little man and a pussy punk that I never want to be like. And then he said, that's me being polite. In a radio interview, Sheen explained why he decided to be so outspoken. He says, I've got magic. I've got poetry at my fingertips. Why give an interview when you can leave a warning? I'm not fair game. I'm not a soft target. It's over. There's a new sheriff in town,
Oh my God.
and he has an army of assassins.
Oh, shit.
I know this is hard to sandwich in, but I really couldn't put it anywhere else, and it's kind of like an interview, just a long-running self-interview of Charlie Sheen.
Well, yeah, because these interviews were so popular that he decided to go on tour with it, basically.
Right, so he had a brief but pretty popular live stream called Sheen's Corner.
Yeah.
Where he basically would, sit around with friends, sometimes by himself, rant about incoherent nonsense, just jibbity-hibbity-flibbity. Frequently get up and leave screen to probably blow another 7-gram rock, and then come and sit back down. You know
And
what I mean?
ramble.
I think I pulled a clip from Sheen's Corner.
I love your advice because you speak the truth, and you're speaking the truth to a truth seeker.
All right.
Exactly. So we don't have to bullshit
Exactly.
each other.
No, why? Why? So we can be like them? So we can fucking be like them? Fuck you.
Great camera angle. Looks great.
Okay. I think the people embrace you more. Number one, don't give them too much. You don't have to do an hour. Keep the mystery. Keep a little bit of smoke and mirrors between you and the people so that you're just not, overexposing yourself. But I also think if they want to call you bipolar, fine. Give them both sides. Give them
So,
Charlie
I mean, this is basically what they were. Sometimes he would call people. Sometimes he would just rant. Sometimes he was at a weird camera angle. Sometimes he's like sitting at a desk.
Hey, it's on Ustream.
What's that, Paul?
Well, nice new camera angle, TJ.
Yeah, I'm starting to do this camera angle now. This is my new camera angle I shoot the show from.
It's called the neck beard angle.
We're going to just do this angle from now on the show. You guys like it?
Yeah, I like that angle.
TJ looks like a fucking fish angle, dude.
He does.
I always look like a fish.
He looks like a big grouper sitting
You're
at the
a
bottom of the
big, fat,
river.
fucking blubbery fish, dude.
Look at him.
Big fat blubbery fish. Big fat blubbery fish.
Dude, what the fuck? You really do look like one from that angle.
I mean, it worked for Charlie Sheen, so maybe we should do it. You know,
This
what
is
I mean?
how new way we shoot this show. I just do like this.
You just
I just do it like this way.
avant-garde it.
Yeah, it's artistic, like fucking
dude,
Shia
like
LaBeouf
Shia
style.
LaBeouf, dude.
It's close to artistic.
It's autistic. I see what you were doing there,
It's
Paul.
autistic, TJ.
I see what you were fucking doing there, Paul.
But like TJ said, the brilliance of Sheen's Corner, I guess.
Yeah. It was so great that they took it on the road.
Bloomed into a very short-lived live show.
Fuck.
Yeah,
please,
the
no.
live show. Awesome.
The tour actually broke a Ticketmaster record and sold out in 18 minutes, but it did not remain popular for long. The very first show, Sheen was booed off stage and eventually walked out. Apparently, the audience was not at all impressed with the show or lack of a show that included a hodgepodge of video clips and Sheen rants that seemed hastily assembled.
So basically, Charlie Sheen thought that he he's like, I'm killing it in these interviews. People love these interviews.
So I'm electrifying enough. I can just go psychobabble at the audience, and they're going to eat it up.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
all I got to do is show up and rant and rave, and it's going to be this fucking. People are just going to love it and eat it up.
Here's the problem: they already saw that fucking trick. They're like, "What else does Charlie Sheen have?" And it's like, all he has.
I think that people just thought there was going to be something a little more polished than
the problem.
Whatever the fuck they got.
The problem is that Charlie Sheen just saw a lucrative opportunity. He's like, "Look, I need to make some fucking money. I can basically sell these dupes a show." Because like Charlie Sheen had these interviews, but like he just had some high thoughts. It was like, it's basically like you're paying for Charlie Sheen's ideology live. That's what you're basically paying for.
Right.
So do you want to see him get booed off stage, Scotty?
What?
Do you want to, Scotty?
What kind of question is that? Of course I want to see that.
Turn on Charlie Sheen, booing him off the stage last night in Detroit.
He's like, I already have your money.
He opened his nationwide tour with a rant about being kicked off 2.5 Men. Sheen then offered to take questions from the crowd, but decided the questions were just too lame to answer. That's when the booing started. They grew louder after Sheen taunted the crowd with, "I've already got your bleeping money," and then insulted the city with, "I
told you.
Was
That's
a
all
good
it's
place
about."
to tell crack stories. He left for a musical break and never returned.
Fuck them.
Man, I wish I would have gotten tickets to that.
Let's hear some of the reactions, dude.
There's this.
That's where the clip
Oh,
stops.
it's too bad, dude.
Sorry, Scott.
I would love to see the fucking idiots like, it was bullshit.
Yeah, these guys got scammed pretty hard because he's right.
Paid $80 to
they
see
ain't
this
getting that
shit.
money back. There's one last interview that I pulled. He went on a Today Show to reveal shockingly to nobody that he's HIV positive.
What?
Awesome.
And to talk
Charlie
about that.
Oh, wow. Another Me Too.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Two
What the fuck,
abusers in the same room.
What the fuck, Paul?
I know.
You fucking put someone on.
I can't believe I invoked
Why are
Lauer.
you platforming Matt Lauer, Paul?
Wow.
I know.
Signal
Wow.
boosting Matt
And
Lauer.
Charlie Sheen, both
Matt butt rape Lauer.
convicted abusers of women.
Millions for his award-winning body of work on television and in the movies. But this morning, he's here to talk about something immensely personal and private. Charlie, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
How you
Watch
been?
out, he'll grab your dick.
Thank you so much.
It's my
He'll lock
pleasure.
you in his
We've spoken
fucking
a lot
office,
over
Charlie.
The last couple
Yes.
of days, and
Let me just HIV positive. And I have to put a stop to this onslaught.
See, you can
this
tell he's
barrage.
sober.
Yeah.
Here.
He's at least sober.
Somewhat sober. Yeah.
The eyes look normal.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a fucking
And he's
maniac.
talking like a normal human being.
He sounds like a human.
He looks like he's put a little healthy weight on around the face.
Yeah, you can see he's got the healthy weight. He doesn't look like sickly, like that rail. Because he was looking rail thin when he was on all these drugs.
Yeah,
so.
he really was.
Well, I mean, let's remember he was looking thin. He was pretty fucking. He had some muscle going on, but he definitely looks like a fucking like weird.
He looks like a grizzled,
muscle or something.
Either a dude that got like a prison beef when he was 19 and he's now 60 and still in prison, or a dude that like went out into the woods and lives like a grizzly bear or something. He's got that like weird, sinewy look about him.
Yeah, he looks pretty sinewy. But he looks thin. He has good muscle definition, but he's definitely just really fucking.
He's got the pounce ready look
Whereas
of a crackhead.
here he looks like he's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah,
not quite as high strung anymore.
Of attacks and of
whatever. He has AIDS.
Right, he's got
He's got HIV.
They grill him here on the show about whether or not he, because he was very braggadocious about how many people he slept with.
Right.
And he said, I've known for a while, and I shared it with every partner since I've known. And they ask him, hey, do you know where you got it? And he says he doesn't. So
I mean, I got a feeling it could have been. There's a lot of fucking. There's a lot.
Well, right, but I mean, he has no idea which one of those people.
That could definitely be true because Charlie Sheen was definitely on a lot of drugs, and I'm sure a lot of people he fucked, he probably doesn't even remember.
Right.
Yeah. So it's time once again to assess some points.
I mean, those are some fucking insane
Wow.
interviews.
I mean, like, if you're not gonna give 100 to those interviews,
I don't know what you're gonna give it
like,
to.
what possibly?
what would earn?
Yeah, like what's gonna earn that if not that?
Okay, if he had, in addition to insanely rambling like a fucking
Like, I
street
guess-
corner crackhead.
I guess the Vanilla Ice interview on that MTV show tops
That's a different kind of one.
Dude, look.
Like maybe if he'd pulled his cock and balls out and ejaculated on the fucking interviewer.
To top this, dude, to me, you need someone like Obama, like 1 second, guys, and takes out a crack pipe and just takes a hit,
right?
On national
or he
television.
just like shits his pants in the middle of the interview or something.
Yeah,
like if
reaches down there and rubs it in his face or whatever. Like if he pulled
Charlie
something
Sheen
like that,
had, if he'd shit in his hands and then rubbed it in that one chick.
So I guess we should subtract a point because he didn't go there.
But there's very little more he could have done to get there.
Fucking
99 scoops of dick.
So let's go ahead and take a look now at some Shia Labeouf interviews to see if he stacks up to the same level. Probably not, I'm going to assume. Anyway, so let's take a look. This is Shia Labeouf talking about his arrests.
You seem to have gone crazy since the last...
shit. I don't know if I should play this. This is these fucking late night talk shows are pretty dicey with it. Let's just see.
Yeah. It's always a fucking hard thing to find interviews that aren't behind this kind of a fucking protective wall.
Let's see here.
And like when you go to Rome, you have spaghetti. You know, you go
basically
to
the beginning
Ireland.
is like he basically says I drink a bunch of whiskey and I was in Ireland. I was really drunk. This is what they do in Ireland. And I came back and I was obviously still drunk. I was still drinking a lot.
So this is from the cigarette thing?
I believe this is from the
or is this from the yelling at people? What is this from?
I think it's the yelling at people one.
Okay. Let's take a look at this here. This is Shia Labeouf on his epic road trip.
You are doing some things that I am
Ellen here.
Like I would never do. Some of the things that you've done, and the most
as a
recent
performance art thing, he
what's
basically
it called?
kind
Take
of
Me
like
Any?
hitchhiked and went
Dude,
across the country.
Wait a minute.
And people just give him like rides and shit. There's like a caravan of people doing this.
Dude, he just looks fucking like a goddamn out of work mailman or
He
something.
really
here.
does, yeah. I was with the union for 15 years, Ellen, and I'll tell you what, when they laid me off, my wife, God rest her soul, she just died from grief, so I had to bury her and my career, but I'm still staying strong, Ellen.
Yeah, I think we can get away with Ellen, but
It's called Take Me Anywhere?
Yeah, hashtag
Tell
Take
people,
Me.
it's crazy.
Well, no, yeah. You're vulnerable for sure. You're very vulnerable. So we set up this hashtags to Take Me Anywhere, and we put our coordinates up on Twitter.
Man, he seems so tame compared to Charlie Sheen.
Our coordinates are up on Twitter? Yep.
He seems so fucking
I mean, he's
tame
not.
in
He's just
comparison.
smoking more weed.
And
He's like Charlie Sheen would be if he was just a big pothead.
Well, hey, let's see him storm out of a press conference, because that might.
Shia LaBeouf storming out of a press conference.
So let's see what
You good?
incites his ire here.
I really trusted Lars, and I've always really loved his films, so the sex scenes for me really were part of the film. And I trusted Lars and I trusted that, so immediately it makes the job much easier.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
Yeah! I like how nobody even cares. They're like applauding him. Get out of here.
Yeah, man, that was deep.
It's funny because the after
Yet another hashtag deep.
because all the other actors are
statement.
kind of just like, all right, I guess you left. This makes no sense. This is
Yeah.
the movie Nymphomaniac, which is pretty highly. It's
Why
like-
was he?
it's like
Why was he
75
even
on
pissed
Tomatoes.
off though?
Because when the seagulls follow the
trawler, it's
trawler,
because they believe.
there's sardines,
They'll throw
in,
sardines
the
in the sea.
Right.
fucking cock or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's deep. I'm gonna have to process that one. for a
Yeah,
little
we
while.
need to fucking. I'm gonna need to do a fucking.
Need to chew on that. So what's he saying?
dissertation on
Is he
that,
saying that Is he saying that the press are the seagulls
maybe
following the trawler?
And then Lars von Trier,
No,
the trawler.
he's saying he's the trawler, and he's telling the seagulls in the audience that they believed they were gonna get some sardines, but he ain't giving them none tonight.
Damn.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Maybe that's
Boom.
I don't
Paul's
know.
ego, dude. I'm a modern day philosopher, TJ. I get this deep shit.
You get it.
I get it immediately.
Hashtag deep. Hashtag Paul.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I mean, Paul was the one that figured out the G time.
I am the
shit.
deep and deep fat fried, dude.
Yeah. I always thought you were the fat. But
Nope,
I guess you're the deep.
I'm the
I
deep.
guess that makes me the fat.
You're the fat.
I'm the fried dude.
Yep.
We should both get tea and both do it.
Oh, you want to?
Like a sophisticated, like.
So here he is doing a promotion for Dark of the Moon. But I guess he's about to savage the movie itself that he's just appearing in here to
And
promote.
you've gone on record and you've actually said that you weren't happy with the second film. And I know you've. Been
I
talking
mean,
about this
as
a
much
lot
as someone in
recently.
Hollywood would.
What did you
Or-
learn from the
okay.
second movie that you were able to make yourself?
I mean,
improve on
they're
this
not
Okay,
crazy
so wait.
reviews.
So wait, He's here to promote the third movie.
Correct.
And he's gonna shit on the second movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Movie. Because you actually said yesterday on the carpet, like, you weren't happy when you finished 2. You didn't want to go out. You weren't excited. So what is it about this one that you learned from the second one?
I mean, you know, I equate it to, like, you know, I saw a documentary before I left, Heart of Darkness, where Francis Ford Coppola is shooting Apocalypse Now. And he looks in the camera about 20 minutes into the movie and he says, he's in the jungles and he's frenetic and his eyes are red and he's on the verge of tears. This is a movie he's been prepping for 12 years. He was basically gonna, this was gonna be the movie that started.
I'm sophisticated.
This is how I felt when I did Transformers Dark of the Moon, by the way.
The movie he wanted to make, and he looks into the camera about maybe 2-3 weeks.
I think I have a theory about Shia LaBeouf, dude.
What's that?
I think that all his weird statements and publicity stunts and shit is to distract us from the fact that he's actually boring as fuck. Because I literally find myself just like staring at Optimus Prime back there and like, oh,
TJ, flee now from this shitty interview.
After being in there.
Like, you notice how Optimus Prime is slightly moving there, and it kind of looks like he's thrusting his cock towards
and that's sort of like
You'll take it, Shia LaBeouf.
In the second movie, you know, we were given
Yeah, it does look like he's like
a bunch of money. We were given a
It
bunch
was
of
doing it
toys,
better
and we had
earlier,
no
but
script. And it was a writer's strike.
There we
So
go.
you couldn't get one if you wanted one. So we were
TJ just can't take his
Look at him
eyes off
wave.
of Optimus's cock hole.
Cocktimus Prime, dude.
Why has he got like a big void where he should have a schlong?
You know you want to suck it, TJ.
Well, I think it's like an alligator, you know?
Oh, it like retracts?
Yeah, like his penis retracts back in when he's not using it.
When he needs it, it
Yeah,
just
and
comes.
it just pops on out.
Optimus dick now.
Does it make that?
Oh, yeah.
Activate
when it comes
Optimus
out?
cock.
I mean, obviously.
Okay. Just wondering. I never saw it.
Good
so
to know, man.
I just need to know.
Don't be a fucking idiot.
Basically, just
Paul.
saying that
Everyone
the
knows
studio
that.
threw a shit ton of money at the second Transformers movie. There was no script. Michael Bay's just like, well, it's got to come out by this day. Let's just fucking throw some bullshit together.
Anyway, 0 points. He's completely milquetoast. It's not even interesting.
He really is.
Yeah,
dude.
he doesn't give a bad interview or a crazy interview.
He just gives a boring interview.
Yep.
So let's take a look at their cinematic oeuvre.
Well, Charlie has a lot of movies. I'm sorry, Carlos. So I just pulled his IMDb page.
Where
I thought
the
we could go
fuck is
through
it?
and
Here we
see
go.
what we've seen.
So we can put this in any order we want. It's right now. It's ordered from.
Dude, Charlie Sheen was in a
most-
9/11 movie.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I gotta see this.
Right now, it's ordered from most recent to oldest.
Right,
So
that's fine.
We can look at it in that
We can
order.
go back in time. So I haven't
9/11,
seen-
I've never even heard of this movie. I'm assuming it's awful.
I'm gonna go watch it though after this. I'll do a fucking letterbox
it
review
has
on
a
it.
4.1.
I just gotta see what happens here.
Let's take a look at this.
Can we get a trailer on this?
Yeah, we can get a trailer.
So Charlie Sheen's most recent work here.
This is Charlie Sheen's most recent film from 2017.
I was sleeping upstairs in my condo in Fresno, California.
Oh my God, Whoopi Goldberg's in it too.
Was that Whoopi?
Yeah, it was Whoopi.
Oh my God, it's Whoopi!
Yeah.
I didn't notice it first.
Oh, and that one dude that's in everything, but we don't know his name.
Where the hell are you? Are you in that building? We're still in the North Tower.
Oh God, Gina Gershon is in it.
They were trapped.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, buddy. We got an inferno on the.
Oh my God. Okay, so that looks.
So it looks. I actually retract my promise to watch and do a letterboxed review of this. I will not be wasting my time based on that.
Don't fucking do it, dude.
It looks awful.
It looks unbelievable. Let's guys check this out. So Whoopi Goldberg's in it, and then they're stuck in it. The whole premise. It's a 9/11 movie that's about people stuck in an elevator.
Whoopi looks like lost, dude. She doesn't even know where the fuck she is.
Let's hear her deliver a line. Okay, you gonna say something? Okay, I couldn't.
She's
make
very
that out.
quiet.
Whoopi, like
Who
you're
cares?
whispering.
Yeah, so they
I
tried.
got to buy the base.
They tried to make some money off 9/11, basically. I wonder how much this made. I'm gonna look up the box office on this real quick.
Yeah.
Box office.
I'm gonna go with $20
because apparently this got some kind of theatrical release. This made $192,000.
Oh wow, that is really not good. I bet it cost an order of magnitude more than that to make.
$192,000.
And it had Charlie Sheen, Gina Gershon, and Whoopi in it.
It does not say what the production budget is, but I'm pretty sure
it didn't make it
that
back.
it did not.
$192,000.
Well, actually, according to Box Office Mojo, it only made $170,000. So
What the
Whatever.
fuck, dude?
total disaster. Didn't make money.
So I looked at this last night. A lot of these I haven't seen. I've never seen Mad Families.
Never
but
heard of that.
It's got a similar
I've
rating.
seen Machete Kills.
I have seen Machete Kills, and he's a bit role in Machete Kills.
He's not really. He's just like he's basically like there to cameo.
Same thing in Scary
haven't really
Movie
seen it.
5. That's a cameo appearance.
Cameo movie. Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III. Never heard of it. She
Yeah.
Wants Me. Never heard of it. Big Bounce.
Never heard of it.
So
Never
a
heard
lot
of
of
it.
like looks like
Scary movie. I
middle
guess he was in Scary Movie 3.
of the road kind of
Good advice.
low budget stuff. I've seen
Being
good
John
advice.
Malkovich is the last good movie that apparently had him in it.
And
I
once
don't
again,
remember
it's
him in it,
it's a
but-
cameo appearance. Remember, he's the buddy of John Malkovich and comes to calm him down when he's having a meltdown.
Okay,
Yeah, dude,
that
there's-
makes sense.
He calls him Machine.
Dude, Charlie Sheen really hasn't been in
5
shit,
Aces,
dude.
Free Money, No Cut of Conduct. Well, not in a while. Post Mortem, Money Talks.
So a
Bad
lot of
Day on the
work,
Block.
like a huge body of work, but most of it is like schlock.
Loose Women, Shadow Conspiracy, Frame by Frame. The Arrival is the last movie I actually remember him being in that had any kind of push behind it.
And it's not a great movie.
It's not. It's really bad.
It's terrible.
Terminal Velocity, I kind of remember.
Oh, God.
Major League 2,
I like
pretty
the
much
second
sucked.
one. I like the second one.
I didn't like it. The Chase, I don't remember that. Three Musketeers.
Oh, the terrible
Yeah,
Three
he was
Musketeers. Yeah.
Porthos or whatever in the.
I liked
Three
Hot
Musketeers.
Shots too, or Part Dukes.
Part
Dukes. Yeah.
Dude, Charlie Sheen with a fucking mullet, dude. All
dude,
right.
What
look
the
at-
fuck is Beyond the
Yeah,
Law?
look at Beyond the Law, Charlie Sheen right here.
What the fuck?
He looks like an old like outlaw country singer or some shit.
Yeah, he looks like Conway Twitty's son
He's
or
fat
something.
and mulleted and bearded in a weird way.
That's awesome.
Charlie Sheen
Dude,
is
can you click on that?
beyond
Can
the
we see a
law.
fucking trailer? I want to see that. I want to see that Charlie Sheen.
Okay,
In,
let's see Beyond the Law trailer.
yeah, do they have one?
Probably. Not here, but I bet I could find one. Hold
All
on.
right, well, never mind then.
No,
it's probably
no.
not worth it.
No, it's worth it.
I just
Paul.
kind of want to see.
Let's take a look. YouTube.com.
Maybe this is the one that I'll watch.
Oh, dude, an undercover cop joins a murderous arms-dealing biker gang to try to put... Oh, dude, we gotta watch this
Actually,
one.
the movie itself is on YouTube.
Dude, this is a pulse pounder right here.
All right, Beyond the Law
This
trailer.
is a fucking crime thriller, dude. We gotta watch this, TJ.
This is what, 93? Here we go. Okay, I'm putting
Capital
it up.
Films.
I'm putting it up. Shut up, Scotty. Shut up.
You shut up, TJ.
You shut up.
You shut up.
Let me ask you a question. Shoot. That's a hell of an idea.
Oh, shit.
This looks like it wants to be a Tarantino-esque movie in the worst way.
Maybe just because it has Michael Madsen.
No.
I can't remember if I put any shells in this thing or not.
Stealing the Dirty Harry scene right in the trailer.
I have a proposition for you. I'm forming an undercover narcotics operation.
Oh, my God. You got...
Don't want your goddamn job.
He's out of control.
Something tells me you have some unfinished business with a blue uniform.
If I was Martin, I wanted to get into some serious drugs.
Dude, he's got all kinds of different facial hair in this movie, apparently.
Just to get close to him, they only got a few rules. What kind of games are they playing?
Oh, this looks awful.
Apparently, this is based on a true story, by the way.
Oh,
Wow, it looks like shit.
This might be a good commentary. We'll have to check it out to see if it is. I mean, like, I'm willing to like watch some of it to see if it'd be funny to riff on or not.
Maybe.
But like I said, we're gonna vet that before we
Yeah,
commit to
because
anything.
goddamn, man.
It looks
It's
pretty
just
awful.
repulsive.
All right, so what else has he done? Let's see.
Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon.
Loaded
Line.
Weapon, another
Not very good.
Hot Shots.
And he wasn't even a big. That was an Emilio joint.
Yeah. Hot Shots. The Rookie.
I kind of
Rookie's
actually
all right.
like The Rookie. It's not bad.
Not terrible.
I remember Cadence as well. It's not.
I don't really remember Cadence.
It's not great. Men at Work I've seen. Have you seen Men at Work? That's
No.
That is a Charlie. That's a significant movie because it's Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez co-starring.
They actually did a lot together. Now that
Right,
I'm
but this
looking
is
back
like,
at it.
but like full blown sharing the screen
Right.
co-stars. They work together in the movie. They're the two main
Well, look,
comedians.
it says right there, director Emilio Estevez. So.
Oh, cool.
And directed by it. Maybe that's what put him out of business. Men at Work.
Navy SEALs, Catch Fire, Courage Mountain, Major League, 8 Men Out, Young Guns, Wall Street, No Man's Land, 3 for the Road, Wisdom, Platoon, The Wraith, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Lucas. I mean, so I guess his first movie is Grizzly 2, The Concert.
Yeah, I took a look at the trailer for it and it looks pretty abysmal. It's like just a
definitely
shitty
does.
early 80s
Dude, you know what,
schlock
though?
horror movie.
You at least have to give him this. He started in schlock, And he ended in Schlock.
And he's not even in it a whole bunch.
No.
He's not even top billed.
Beyond the Law. Okay.
Beyond the Law, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I mean, it's got a decent enough rating. It's 6.6. It's not a terrible score.
Come
of course,
on,
that's
Paul.
very few
You know you
people
wanna
that
see
actually
it.
rated it. Anyway, so his filmography, pretty unimpressive. I don't know. Fucking...
Well, what do you mean? Like, okay, unimpressive to you.
Right.
He's got some really good movies on that, though, you're leaving by the wayside.
It's been a long fucking time.
It's been
Wall
so
Street,
long.
Platoon, Hot Shots, Major League. The guy was a fucking institution for a long time. You got to give him
20.
For every good one, there's at least fucking 6 bad ones.
Okay, so I agree with Scotty then. I think 20 honors what he made
right,
that was
20.
good.
20 it is. Now let's take a look at Shia Labeouf, and we're going to take a little deeper look at his shit.
Well, he's got less.
So we'll go ahead and just start going through those. Here we go. So Holes, I never seen it.
Pretty
I
well
don't
liked.
know. I think I've seen a bit of it. Is that John Voight?
That is John
It
Voight.
is.
yes.
Gross.
Who at one point Shia LaBeouf said he felt like John Voight was kind of like his mentor.
Ugh.
What a
Disgusting.
creepy mentor to pick.
Dude, I think John Voight, to me, I see him in a movie and I either fucking am enraptured by how awful he is or I just run the other way.
I always think...
And in this role as
Yeah.
this weird fucking cowboy or whatever the fuck is going on,
he's just John Voight.
I'm feeling repelled.
He's one of those actors that's... He's kind of like... what's his fucking name?
Robert De Niro.
Well, yeah, Robert De Niro or...
Talking to me?
Yeah, fucking...
One of those guys that's always the same dude.
Yeah,
Al
Christopher
Pacino.
Walken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's very much that way. He's always
Except
John
not as
Voight.
good as either of those guys.
The only one that he really tries to go way far out on is Anaconda.
Yeah, he is a little different in Anaconda.
He really
How you
tried.
say?
Because he kind of ups the scumbag factor.
I
Yeah.
help you, Paul.
Because even though he's John Voight, so he's kind of a scumbag anyway.
But Holes,
Well, look.
it's good.
Timometer 77.
I mean, it's sitting there. It says audiences liked
Audience
it.
is loving
Critics
it.
liked it.
For a family movie, it's not bad.
Yep.
Constantine, you guys said he was barely in this.
He's not in, he's in it, but he's not a main
not super
character.
main guy.
He's not a huge role, but he's he's at least a somewhat
It's been a long time
significant
since I
role.
saw Constantine.
I
but
have not-
I remember liking
I
it.
saw Constantine in 2005 when it came out, and that's about it. And I remember it being alright.
Yeah. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I didn't love it.
the critics panned a lot more than the audience. The audience seems to like it. I
I'm
feel like
a little bit more. I'm kind of in between where they are.
Yeah, I'd be like a 60 or something.
I
Probably.
enjoy it, but it's not my favorite movie, and I probably wouldn't go watch it tomorrow.
I liked Tilda Swinton in it. I
Had some
liked
cool
the devil
hell
in it.
scenes.
I liked Hell. I thought Hell was pretty cool. That they made it like a weird inverse reality or whatever.
Yeah.
Disturbia, help us make Rotten. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Disturbia, I actually did like.
Me too.
I thought it was fucking really good. I mean, it's a Rear Window ripoff, but as far as Rear Window ripoffs go, I think it's probably the
decent.
one I'd want to watch the most of all the ones I'm aware of.
And you know, Shia is good in this role here. So I mean, I think overall, this is
Well, he
69%.
owns it.
It's a pretty fair score.
Indiana Jones, King of the Crystal.
Abysmal.
Skull
I don't
shit.
even know
The
how.
78 is rigged.
I don't know
Sorry.
how that fucking critic score is so high on this.
It's
Audience score, I think, tells the
Movie
real tale.
is
sucking
pretty
Spielberg's
abysmal.
dick, basically.
Audience, I think even the audience score is high.
But we already kind of talked about him in this. So let's talk about Transformers.
19%.
This is Revenge of the Fallen, but we should talk about the entire Transformers fucking series.
Well, he's
because-
not in all of them.
Well, he's in the first 3.
Right.
Before he gets replaced by Mark Wahlberg.
What? No.
And I would say not only is he is progressively worse in each of them also.
Dude, you know what I thought
Marky
I saw
Mark
this?
is?
When I saw this banner,
but Shia LaBeouf.
when I saw this banner, it was like to me, it was like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, starring Megan Fox's tits. It's like that's the first thing you literally see when you click on this fucking page. Oh, by the way, he does claim I know you guys are probably wondering. He does claim he has claimed to have had sex with Megan Fox. Like
Of course he has,
that happened
yeah.
during
I'm sure he did.
the film. I don't.
You can really
I don't
see her
doubt
stumpy
him.
thumb there.
Yeah.
Oh, you can, dude.
The stump thumb.
You think like that was part of the attraction there? He's like, give a stumpy thumb.
Oh man, I've never seen such a stumpy thumb.
Stumpy. Dude, all those movies are terrible. And the last one, I don't know how much of it's Shia's fault and how much of it is just whoever wrote the screenplay. But
Well, this one
by
here,
the by
there
the
was
time
no
we get
screenplay.
by the time we get to the third movie though, which this is the second one, right?
This
By
is number
the
2.
time we get to the third one, his character, any sort of likability that he might have had is totally gone. And all he does is just whine and bitch the entire movie.
Guys, I don't want to go on
also-
an adventure.
Also gone is any coherence to the plot, that the interdimensional or inner space plot with these. It just falls apart in the second movie, and the third movie is totally incoherent.
I've told the story. I won't tell the full story, but the abridged version. Like me, TJ, and Galen went to see this movie, and this is the movie that broke Galen and TJ. Like halfway through the movie, Galen's like, "This fucking movie's amazing. This movie's great. This is the best movie I ever fucking seen."
I thought that was the third one that did that.
This is the third one. I'm not talking about this one. That's why I said like the Transformers series number 3, Dark of the Moon.
That's this one here.
This one here fucking broke fucking TJ and Galen. Like Galen was like literally like people were like looking back at him like, and Galen's like this time before Galen had his health problems, like he was like 6'4" and he's crazy and he's yelling in a movie theater and people like kind of look back like I want to say something to him but he looks crazy. I don't want to fucking bother. TJ just starts laughing like just giggling in his seat. Me and Galen exit through like just the theater exit. TJ goes out, I guess through the back or something, and like literally it takes us like 45 minutes to find TJ, and it's in some like random corner of the parking lot.
TJ literally without supervision would just wander to a whole different country if you let him.
Oh, totally, dude. And we're like, TJ, come over. He's like, what? And
TJ's like a little balloon looking to float away at any moment. Somebody's got to have him, dude. Somebody's got to be with the eyes on TJ.
Well, this movie cut the fucking
And me,
string.
TJ, and Galen went to like the Tiffin Inn, which is like a fucking diner that no longer exists. And we just kind of sat there and we're like, what the fuck did we just watch? And just like tried to process it.
We should do a reality show where we drop TJ, like we blindfold him and travel to a city he doesn't know. And drop him in the middle of the city and just tell him you have to get to a Cracker Barrel. It's 2 blocks from your location. Go and see how far, like deep into the slums and like outskirts of the city he ends up in, trying to get to the Cracker Barrel.
He doesn't get GPS. He gets a map.
This motherfucker led me on a safari to a strip club through the French Quarter at like midnight.
Hey, I wasn't even leading that.
You took us to it. Yes, you were, bitch.
Dude, I fucking
I
yelled
was
at
not.
you.
I was following that other dude that claimed he knew where he was going.
You're full of
And
shit.
you know what's fucking funny as shit, dude? Like, I made eye contact with you, Paul, and I'm like, Paul, don't fucking follow TJ. I was like, he's going the wrong fucking way.
You did, and I said, all right.
He's
and
like,
then you disappeared, and everybody left, and I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I just ended up with the herd.
Because like you guys ended up on fucking Bourbon Street, and you guys could have. It was like it's like the true
It's
multiple
a tea
choice thing.
shop.
You can go right or you can go left, and I'm like, Paul, TJ's already down the street. He's going the wrong way. You need to go left. And Paul's like, oh my god, I gotta follow TJ. I mean, he knows where he's going. I'm like, Paul, he doesn't. And Paul just fucking goes on. I'm like, I didn't see you guys for like 30 fucking minutes, dude.
Dude, TJ, and like he claims he's following some other dude. I heard TJ go, I know the way. It's this way. Because it was him that started the motion. No other dude is going to like get that whole group of people moving. It was just TJ's drunk ass going, I know how to get there. It's this down the street. Come on.
I told everyone in that group too. I'm like, guys, he doesn't know where the fuck he's going. TJ's been to the French Quarter like 5 times in his fucking life.
Dude, I want to do Lost J, dude. I want to do the pilot fucking season of Lost J.
No.
Where we just throw you in a city,
And TJ,
give you an easily, like, close by one. Hey, maybe you'll make it every once in a while.
and I have to refute TJ's fucking claim. Everyone in that group followed TJ. Even though the fact that they knew where I was going, I'm like, guys, it's this way. They're like, we're following TJ.
There was a dude there that was like, yeah, I go to Deja Vu all the time. Just follow me. And I was
He
like,
was
yeah,
drunker than
everyone
you.
this way.
That dude was fucking drunker than you. Didn't he like fucking like almost
And
win
we
like
did
3 fights?
We did get to and he also was like kicking people in the streets and random shit.
Oh my
knocking over
God.
dumpsters and all that.
Yeah, he took us to like a little tea
And he took
shop.
us to this place. It was also called Deja Vu.
Yeah.
There's a
but it
Deja
wasn't-
Vu grill and there's
yeah,
a Deja
that's where
Vu
we
strip
ended
club.
up going.
And
the
you guys
guy
went
we
to
walked
the Deja
like
to the Deja Vu grill.
5 of us walked in there, and some dude came out from the back, and he was like, "You in the wrong Deja Vu." I was like, "Oh,
It must happen all the time.
yeah, I bet it does." It's a bunch of reeking drunk BO gorillas come in at like fucking after midnight.
I just like dude. Every fucking bar in New Orleans like that has like a fucking black dude that's like the cook there, like the fucking the short order fucking cook, and
Yep.
it's like, and they just had the plain bullshit.
That's exactly who it was
And
too.
Usually they're like fucking mountains of men. They're all like, just here the wrong place. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm
That's
gonna
what
leave
he
now.
said.
So,
You know, wrong Deja Vu.
has anyone seen this Fury movie?
I've seen Fury.
Yes.
Shia is unremarkable in it because it's an unremarkable film.
It's overrated.
Boring. Okay.
Yep.
So, what about this? Borg versus McEnroy.
This is his last movie that actually came out.
He played John McEnroe, right?
Yep.
I don't know anything about tennis.
Oh, John McEnroe was a very like outspoken. He would fight with like the other tennis players on calls. He would berate the judges, so he was known for being like the bad boy of tennis in the 70s and 80s.
And Borg was like the exact opposite. He's the model of like,
right.
He's listening to his dad's mentoring him. He's on the straight and narrow. He's from a well-off family, so it's just
and
like
he's quiet and machine-like in his practice. So it's like one of those.
So I mean, I feel like we already gave him points for Indiana Jones and Transformers in the early career stuff.
I mean,
But-
he deserves more.
So I don't know, 20, 10, 15.
Yeah,
80,
maybe 20.
71.
I mean, he's been in a lot of shit. I mean, maybe not as much as Charlie Sheen, but give him enough time, he'll probably get there.
Right, he's not as old as
Shia
Charlie.
doesn't really seem to go to say yes to a bunch of stupid shit the same way.
And I will say
Charlie
this,
Sheen
like
does.
when we get to the next part, you know, Shia is probably a leg
2020.
above Charlie Sheen in that.
So what we're gonna do? Where are they now?
Where are they now?
Where are they now?
Well, they no.
So this is where Charlie Sheen's at.
So Charlie Sheen is celebrating a major milestone in his sobriety. The former
Yeah.
2.5 Men star 53 shared a picture on Twitter Sunday of his AA medallion emblazoned with the number 1 representing 1 year sober. The black and gold pendant reads, "To thine own self be true," with the words unity, recovery, and service imprinted on the triangle. So this happened yesterday is what the tweet says. A fabulous moment, my renewed journey.
December 11th, 2018.
Yeah. He captioned the image by adding several heart emojis and the hashtag totally focused.
Okay.
So this is basically the latest thing I could find about Charlie in the news. He's kind of gone off the radar, not doing much right now. He's apparently in recovery. He's 1 year sober, which is probably a good thing for him. But other than that, he's kind of,
That's it.
That's it.
All right. So what about Shia? Where's he doing? Oh, it says he's going to play his own abusive father.
Yes, dude.
Well, we wanted a movie about his dad, so that makes
Hey, Honey
good.
Boy is the name of the film.
About time. Of course, he didn't really describe his dad as abusive previously, but okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
yelled
did.
at him and pointed a gun at him. Yeah, he did.
He said he threatened his whole family with a gun.
I mean, but he said he had a happy childhood and all this other stuff.
Right.
So
and then his dad was a hippie.
I'll give you
And the
some
only
back-
incident he described in the previous part we read was when he had a gun held to him when his father was having a fucking Vietnam flashback.
I'll give you some backstory on this. So Shia LaBeouf based the script on his own life, with with his character being based on his own father, and the title comes from his childhood nickname. LaBeouf wrote the script as a part of his rehabilitation program. So
How much did he plagiarize of it?
I think this is one time he didn't have to plagiarize as much because I mean
At
it's,
least not as
it's
much.
based on his
I'll
own
have to
life.
see the movie and I'll let you know.
So in March 2018, it was announced that Lucas Hedges and LaBeouf had been cast to join the cast of the film, with Alma Harrells directing from a screenplay written by LaBeouf. LaBeouf had shared the screenplay with Harrell, a friend and creative collaborator, who decided that she would want to direct it. In April 2018, Noah Jupe joined the cast of the film, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, this is just people joining the fucking film. Asked about the making of the film based on a script, I messed it up. Asked about how making a film based on a script affected his rehab, LaBeouf said, "It is strange to fetishize your pain and make a product out of it and feel guilty about that. It felt very selfish. This whole thing felt very selfish. I never went into this thinking, oh, I'm going to fucking help people. That wasn't my goal. I was falling apart." So basically kind of just wrote this as kind of like, my life is falling apart. Maybe this will be therapeutic. Like, I'm sure that his past trauma in his life and obviously his childhood greatly affected him. I mean, you don't make a movie like this unless it does. So this is kind of a catharsis for him in his childhood, and kind of growing up in this entertainment business.
Right.
But so far, at least according to Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 100% based on 39 reviews, an average rating of 7.81 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, Honey Boy serves as an act of cinematic therapy for its screenwriter and subject, one whose unique perspective should strike a chord in audiences from all backgrounds. Metacritic, maybe not as generous, 64 out of 100 based on 12 reviews, generally favorable. And A.A. Dowd of the AV Club wrote, as a glorified form of drama therapy, Honey Boy is fascinating. So
maybe a decent movie.
And they said when this premiered, I think at the Sundance or Cannes Film Festival, it received at its end a standing ovation. A lot of people are kind of hot. It hasn't been released yet. Amazon actually bought the rights, so it's going to come out, I think,
on Prime or something.
Yeah, on Amazon Prime, maybe sometime in I think August or something.
So where where Charlie Sheen is now is recovering from his years of drug abuse, and where Shia LaBeouf is making critically acclaimed movies that get standing ovations at fucking cons and shit. So, yeah, I don't.
But he's also 30 years younger. He might find himself right
That's
where
very
Charlie's
true.
at in 30 years.
You never know. So where are they now? I don't know. Let's see. Charlie Sheen, obviously.
I mean, he's sober and kind of gone off the radar, so it's like, what can you do? I guess he sort of recently made that 9/11 movie, so maybe we give him a couple of scoops of dick for, cashing in on 9/11.
I'm going to give him a 10.
All right.
For just being where he's at.
Shia,
at this point.
I mean, yeah, he went to rehab, done some stupid shit, but I mean, looks like his film career is back on track, at least somewhat.
Yeah, 5, I don't know.
5 sounds
5,
right.
yeah.
So, crowning achievement. I remember Scotty had pulled something for crowning achievement. I don't actually see it in the document.
It's not actually in the document. But you...
what is the crowning
find
achievement
it.
of both these guys?
So Paul can go ahead and do his first, and I'll pull the other one.
So Charlie Sheen. What's Charlie Sheen's crowning achievement?
I mean,
Paul?
I just chose the fact that the entire year of 2011 was basically about Charlie Sheen. His meltdown and his repeated interviews and his crazy fucking show and his tour and all of that happened in 2011 and early 2012. He just literally you can't really give a whole lot to Charlie Sheen. You know what I mean? He was raised by a famous actor. He was given that leg up. He was surrounded by talented people that went on to be famous actors. So he was given every opportunity in his life. Still ended up being a fuck up. But during all of that fuck uppery, he managed to captivate a nation for an entire fucking year, make 1 million memes.
He was the best fuck up, dude.
He was the best at fucking up. Yes.
Wow, that's...
So that, to me, is Charlie Sheen's crowning achievement.
And how many points do you want to assess for that, Paul?
Well, I mean, we're giving these points are almost a negative,
Right.
But I'd say for your crowning achievement literally being the biggest cokehead that anybody's ever seen, the most out of control, whoremongering, drug abusing, clearly out of your mind person, I'd say you got to give him 50. I mean, I kind of respect it.
The biggest fuck up. Yeah, he doesn't deserve 100, but
But at least he's the biggest fuck up. You know what I mean?
That is true.
All right, so Scotty, what is your...
I found that part.
What's the crowning achievement of Shia LaBeouf?
The original Transformers movie. This was the movie that really launched Shia LaBeouf and made him a Hollywood golden child.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically the performance that earned him big bucks. You got to star opposite Megan Fox, who at the time in 2007, 2008 was pretty much considered the hottest, biggest commodity in Hollywood, aside from a few other actresses.
Right.
So the first one he only earned, the first movie.
Women are just commodities to you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Binder's
fine.
full of them, dude.
Yeah.
So $750,000 for the first one. The next one, Dark of the Moon, $5 million. And by the time they got around to the last one, Revenge of the Fallen here in $5 million. For Transformers Dark of the Moon, you're in $15 million.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look up his net worth, he's worth about $25 million. But if you add all this up, I mean, right there, that's $20 million. I mean, so Transformers made him his fortune.
Right.
It gave him a fucking name. And for a while, it was really his to lose. I mean, he came out with films like Eagle Eye, flopped. He just did a lot of mainstream roles. He just tried everything. But the only major role he ever had that was really, truly a big hit and successful was Transformers. And like I said, he actually refused to do the fourth movie. Like, they offered it to him, but he wanted $20 million at that point.
Right.
20. So it's like...
So they're like, fuck you,
we'll get
Marky
Mark.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, Marky Mark's cheaper.
So what do you say? What do you assess for points for that?
I mean, I say you give him 20 points.
I mean, Transformers is a pretty terrible saga. It's ruined.
For that to be your crowning achievement.
Yeah. I mean, it broke you guys down.
Yeah.
It's a movie that, like, dude, after that, Paul, I don't think you're remembering when you guys did that fucking review and you guys spent like
we almost
50
died.
hours editing shit. Dude.
It was horrible.
Well, that was one of the Marky Mark ones, though.
It was, but I mean,
they're all the same
yeah.
shit. What do you think, Scotty? It's your call. It's your research.
Oh my god.
What do you want to assess?
I mean, for spawning a terrible franchise like that, he needs at least 30 to 40 points.
All right. I'm fine with either of those.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tabulate these scores while you guys do some bullshitting.
Man, that was a gauntlet.
It was, and we're
Holy
at
shit.
It was a shit
We're nearly
gauntlet.
at the 3 hour mark at this point.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's a long one.
I mean, it was a long episode.
Well, people do like to bitch about short episodes, so they can stuff this one in their crap.
There ain't no way they're gonna bitch about that this time.
Nope.
Yeah,
not this time.
They can bang this
was
7
fucking. You know what,
gram
Paul?
rock.
I think we just need to pat ourselves on the back, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Oh, good job, me. Oh,
Good job, Paul Zigo.
So good being me.
You did a good job, buddy. You did 3 hours worth of show. An insane amount of show.
And another one to go, Paul. And another one.
I think I know who's going to take this one. Somebody pulled ahead in the meltdown department.
It's pretty obvious who's won.
It's gonna be Sheen, dude.
I mean, it has to be at this point.
The king.
I mean, they're
of the meltdown,
comparable.
The king
And we may yet revisit this, another 20 years into Labeouf's career and find him just as crazy as Sheen, or maybe
1 plus 97 plus 99 plus 20 plus.
Oh, you're gonna do all this out loud, huh?
Plus.
I don't think
50.
it's even close.
So Charlie Sheen's score is 277.
Whoa.
That's a lot of scoops of dick.
That's 277.
That's a hot mess
of dick. And now we're gonna go ahead and do Shia LaBeouf's
That's a dick
score.
buffet right there, dude. That can feed a fucking
dick buffet.
So his is 2 plus.
That can feed a fucking
10
Asian family right there, dude. You got enough dick there for everyone to get some.
That's
50
true.
plus 20 plus 5.
Not even
What do we
close.
got? Yeah, it's not. It's-
87.
I mean, this is a blowout. Probably the biggest blowout
The
we've ever had
winner.
on a Versus.
Undisputed
I don't know if it's
champion.
the biggest blowout ever because I think there was
Charlie
TJ,
Sheen.
you don't sell the steak, TJ. You sell the sizzle. It's the biggest
It's the biggest
blowout.
It's the biggest blowout we've ever seen.
Oh my God!
Oh my
The
God!
audience is dead from witnessing the sight they've just seen tonight.
Charlie Sheen literally raped Shia LaBeouf to death with a cactus, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it was a fun
And
one.
now he's snorted his desiccated corpse.
Oh, it's brutal. The audience here in the packed stadium is puking their fucking guts out at the savage raping that Charlie Sheen just gave to Shia LaBeouf.
Let's watch a slow-mo replay of his guts coming out. Oh, his guts falling out of
he's
his
dying.
mouth.
He's dying. All right. So, yeah, it was a blowout. It wasn't even close. But that's why we do these things, to know. Because in my head,
Sometimes you gotta know.
in my head, it was closer.
But it wasn't.
But now I see how incorrect I was.
No, there's a wide gulf there, I think.
Not even fucking in the same ballpark. Charlie Sheen is clearly the bigger fuck up.
Shia's got time, though.
But yeah, Shia,
You got time to catch up.
Look, you're getting back on the right path.
Charlie
to the
did-
wrong path.
he's lived a lot more life than
Charlie
you at
was
this
in
point.
his late 30s, early 40s when he really started to.
Shia's getting up there. He's 33 now. He's
So
getting up
Shia,
there.
there's two paths you can go by. You can go by the I will be a respected actor and get my shit together path, boring, or you could go the winning path.
Dude,
Yeah.
how many autobiographical movies does a man have in him, really, though? I mean, I'm guessing one. So this might be this one fucking time where he kind of gets it back on track. But
You're gonna need some strippers and some illegal drugs.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Shia.
Stat.
Immediately.
And assault more people.
Yep.
Assaults are great, obviously.
Start punching. Give inadvisable interviews.
Oh yeah, terrible interviews. You need to act way more crazy in your interviews. I would say literally, get up and fucking have a wet fart in whoever especially if
Yeah.
it's Pierce Morgan or something.
All that shit that I said earlier that Charlie could have done to make those interviews worse, like shit in your pants, jizz in the face of your fucking interviewer.
Yeah, do interviews.
You got to do that.
Do interviews so crazy that we have to break our own rule and give you more than 100 points.
Right, we got to go back and give you an addendum to this and give you the crown.
Dude,
Yeah.
if he rips a fucking massive wet fart in Piers Morgan's face,
He gets another 100 points from me.
Easily.
he gets
Easily.
another 100
That's
points.
100 scoops.
I mean, look, I might even break a rule. I might say 200.
And
points.
if he goes the full Monty and blows a load in the face of an interviewer,
Oh,
just
fuck.
mid-interview, just whips his pants down and
Boom.
jerks off and blows a load,
He just becomes a de facto winner
he
at
wins.
that point,
He
right?
Yeah,
wins.
we give him
That's it.
infinity points. He's named the forever hottest mess that ever happened, But until then,
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen's
Well,
got
you know
it.
what?
maybe
Unless someone does two loads to someone else's face, then I mean, if you up the ante, then you
Yeah.
can be replaced.
That's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't see it happening though.
Thank you guys for watching. Long episode, so you can't complain.
Wasn't long enough. Should have been 8 hours.
Should have been 20 hours.
48
50
hours.
100 hours.
$100 show. $100 show.
741 hour show.
Please.
Make it happen.